Hey you! Do you like Starloss? Do you like dice? Of course you do. Now come here. I got something to show you.
Starlost Seas is officially partnering with Dice Goblin to help bring more dice to more tables. How are we doing that? Well, Dice Goblin is currently preparing to run their first Kickstarter to produce their very first line of unique dice. And can we just say, these are some good looking dice. But that's not all. If you sign up for the Kickstarter mailing list by going to the link down in the description below or by going to dicegoblin.co.uk/Starlost, you can get a Starlost exclusive 20% off coupon for everything in the Dice Goblin store. Think of all the dice and what you could do with them. Roll some nat 20s, roll some nat 1s, take the dice out on a date, put them in your mouth. Disclaimer, don't put the dice in your mouth. We really don't want to get sued. Feed your ever-growing collection as you ask yourself, why? Why do I keep doing this? The dice have overtaken my home. My dog is now made of dice. I don't even play that many D&D games. What have I done? Where did I go wrong in life? But who cares about that? Look at the cute characters for the Kickstarter dice. So sign up for the mailing list for the Dice Goblin Kickstarter today by going to dicegoblin.co.uk/Starlost and get yourself some cool dice. And thank you to Dice Goblin for making this video possible. And without further ado, enjoy the rest of the episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Judd. No, I'm sorry.
No.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Seas. I'm your DM, Cryolane. This is Twinktania's finest.
Cryo's in deep thought, or Cryo? Pulse
That
is
is
in
not
deep
the
thought.
name of the group. That is not
It
the name
is
of the
the name
group.
of the
That is not the name of the group. That is not the name
For
of the group.
once, I agree
name?
with Ian.
I will. Yeah, I will. I will completely
come up with one.
dismiss this country. We will blow this island.
Last
up.
time on Starlost Seas. Last time on Starlost Seas, we had wrapped up the Westwood arc. The sanctuary was destroyed in the battle previously. You all were flying away. Hickory sat down with Arlashna and was explained to what a Kalashtar is, what apparently she now is after her interactions with time and the state of her and her brother. Mara discovered that Vala, Lorelai's sister and the botanist from Sanctuary, is somewhere on board your ship. He does not know where. None of you know where. So you spent a large period of time looking for her, knowing that she is, according to Lorelai, one of the most dangerous poisoners on the planet, and also can shapeshift. Also, Lorelai hasn't seen her in several hundred years, which raised some questions with some of you on what Lorelai is, but considering her current state, no one's really brave enough to ask. And so, you all set about looking for Hemlock, which you eventually found in the balloon, hidden there, apparently, by Vala. And assuming you couldn't really recover it, you left it there, and proceeded to just keep your eyes open. During that time, Dolus took the pendant he had gotten off of Starlost Twink to Alina, who identified it, and was promptly possessed by Starlost Kieran. Before, however, anything could be done, Dolus recognized the strange way her personality had shifted, and with the intervention of Mara's Dispel Magic and Twink destroying the pendant, Kieran's attempt at influence was lost. However, he did learn that you have killed Starlost Twink, and Alina's probably a little traumatized. You dropped all of the elves off in a small town called Riverbend on the edge of the Westwood, and you set off again to return to Twinktania. During that time, you all took shift, sleeping for worry that you were going to be poisoned, and during Lotus's shift, she found a small, cute little black cat that she played with for a solid 40 minutes. Completely ignoring her watch and like a quarter of Mara's. Mara did eventually wake up, intervene, and Lotus took that cat with her to bed, cuddling up with it. However, it was gone the next morning. But as you all spent the next several days traveling, always on edge, waiting for Walla to come out and assault you, you swore every now and then you saw a black cat in the corner of your eyes. And we ended our session with you flying out with Twinktania on the horizon. We're going to start right there with you guys flying towards the islands. Oh, so familiar, not that far.
I think I see it in the distance.
It's not that far. It's not much of it. It's right there.
I think I see it in the distance.
Okay. I think you do.
Hehe.
Eggold is at the helm, as he has been for the last few days, because the few times Lorelei has stepped out of her cabin, she has basically just given all of the crew the stink eye and the side eye for about an hour and then gone back into her cabin.
Have I been making Lorelei food these past couple of days?
Yep. Every meal.
Nice.
She always asks for some kind of meat dish and potatoes because she feels like it's simplest for you.
Oh.
Wait.
So,
So, like, we're in Twinktania because it's, like, on the way to Yule, and we're checking on everybody?
Well, Lotus, we lost everything we had on the ship, so we have to resupply,
Oh, yeah.
right? So, and it needs repairs, so we need to repair the ship, and it will probably be a day or two at least.
Okay.
And then
10
we also
minutes
gotta
to
get
save.
all the people who came here from the Westwood and make sure they get back, make sure they're okay.
Oh, yeah, Petron.
And then we also gotta go talk to the Feywild people, because now they're on the island, and I don't want them talking to any of the other people on the island and stealing their souls.
We should probably tell them that our Lashna's, like, you know,
Alive?
not... Yeah, like she's, you know, not kidnapped.
Or
Or...
we could say we did kidnap her, and that the same would happen to them if they don't listen to us.
Oh. Okay. Wait,
I mean,
then
we might not lead with that, but
if we
you know.
kidnap them, then, like, that would mean that we're bringing them to somewhere.
Oh, Lotus, we're not actually going to kidnap them. They just
Oh,
need to
okay.
think that we are.
Okay.
But like I said, not at first. We're gonna read the room, is what we call that.
What if
In
we're
fact,
not
it's best you don't talk to them at all, Lotus.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best not to. They really like the taffy. Like, really like the taffy.
You still have a lot of the taffy.
Like, rummages through her bag and pulls one out. Yeah.
How much taffy does she? She's been giving it out like every episode. How much?
She
taffy
bought
did
like
you
a
get?
bucket.
she
of it.
has as much as I determined she has.
Okay, then determine.
No, I remember. She,
yeah, it was
she
like
bought a
hundreds, I think.
bucket
Yeah, it was.
But where
It
has
was
she
a
been
lot.
keeping it?
in her
Does
bag.
she
The
just have a
entire
bucket?
contents of her bag.
Yeah,
That's all she has.
yeah. She's got that and like books that she keeps randomly reading.
It's
Yeah.
one book. She just doesn't actually read. She has no idea what's in it.
She
No,
makes
I'm kidding.
All the
Everything
pages are
else.
stuck together with taffy.
So as you guys are approaching, it's overcast today. It's pretty distinctly cloudy. Very different from the sunny, sort of picturesque version that it was when you left. And there are some like seemingly dark patches over Twinktania as you're approaching. And as you get closer, Lotus and Mara are going to notice this first with their stupid high passive perceptions. Those dark patches in the clouds aren't clouds. They're hunks of land floating in the sky around Twinktania. Some of them like strung together with tree roots. A few of them with water sort of pouring off that comes from nowhere and goes nowhere. Only maybe one or two of them sizable enough that they could have anything on it other than like one or two people. But they're just sort of drifting around.
Is that lasagna shenanigans, or is that, like, the artificers that you hired doing that?
What?
No, I think that's I I think you know what happened at like Sanctuary where it all just kind of
Became the elemental era.
yeah. I think that's floating land.
It's floating. What are you? Oh.
Oh yeah, over
Yeah,
there.
you all, now that they pointed out, you all notice.
Does it look like the elemental plane of air vibes?
It does. It looks like the same sort of floating islands you'd expect to see there.
Dolus. I think that's, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
At that moment, Doc,
What's up?
as the one who has awoken,
Hi.
the one who's been around the last few days, you come up the stairs with a big bundle in your arms, wearing your new outfit that you asked an elven craft maker to make for you from your old clothes and the elvish
Hell
armor
yeah.
that you were given.
Yeah. So Doc comes up the stairs, and he's still got like the sort of like coat that the elven armor came in, but it's clearly dyed. The shoulders are kind of like a sky blue that fades into an almost pink sunset as it goes down, and almost all of the ridges are gilded in what looks to be gold. His armor's a dark brown now, and you can see the insignia of the Ice Home guard on both of his shoulder pauldrons, as well as gloves with bearing the same design as his tattoos on both of his arms. And so he comes up and he's like, "Guys, I got packages. I think Lotus, Twink, this is you guys." Throws Lotus's package over to her.
It is. You do remember talking to Doc about also modifying your own outfits.
Are you Vala? Is that poison?
How do you want to prove it, Twink?
I want to see you eat it.
It's clothes.
It would be more fun that way.
Do you want me to lick your clothes?
Would you?
Do you plan on eating it, Twink?
He just licks the coat of Twink's jacket.
Yeah, I'm not wearing that anymore.
Well, too bad. There you go, buddy. And he's gonna hand it to Twink, and if you don't take it, he's just gonna place it on your head.
Okay, I'll reach out to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you go to drop it in my hands, I just let it fall to the floor.
Well, there's a coat on the floor now.
The whole box, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
A little wrapped package.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up. I pick it up off the floor. Well, if you don't want it, looks nice. Maybe I could use it.
You're not fitting in that.
All
Come
right.
on, maybe I can fit in it.
You're not fitting in it either.
I guess it'll go to waste then. Unfortunate.
Maybe we could give it to one of the artificers in Twinktania.
No, I'll definitely wear it after I wash it. He just licked it.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't want it. Kind of like the spell book that you gave me.
I mean, when in doubt, we could just have Mara, give it a quick wash.
The what?
I have a spell book.
Why do you have a spell book?
Oh, we got it back when we were in Sanctuary, and then Twink didn't want it, so I took it. I showed it to Mara. But Mara didn't want it.
I mean, there are spells
I've
in it,
used
so I mean, perhaps she could learn something. I don't know.
There's too many big words. I don't really understand it. I'm gonna go change.
That's awesome. Doc kind of looks up and sees the island and goes, "That's awesome."
Give me the stupid clothes.
I mean, it's awesome until
hold
it
on.
falls on the island and kills everyone on it.
I'll shape water the spit away.
Mara cleans your jacket while you say that, Twink, and then gives it back to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Mara.
It fits perfectly,
Yeah.
and
I
it is
hate that it fits
extremely
perfectly.
comfortable.
Wait, what's the other stuff? Oh, I should have put this on first!
What you got there, bud? Oh.
Yo, Doc.
What's up?
Do you have the... I don't think you carry any of your sister's stuff. We were gonna talk to Time. Do you have the stuff for divination?
I mean, I probably have some of the components, but I can't do it.
I can do it. Do we want to talk to Time right now? Do we want to just land? Probably got a few minutes before landing, maybe.
To be
Why are
fair,
we talking to Time?
Why? Well, why are we talking to Time?
Didn't we want to figure out more stuff about Iliac when he was gone that whole month?
Well, right. But do you think Time has those answers? Or would be able to give it to us?
I have no clue.
they're
Okay.
literally the embodiment of the progression of time. I would.
Correct, but from everything you've told me, Dockery, they have not been very good with conversations and answering questions of any sort.
Yeah, and I haven't quite. I mean, he was able to talk to Lotus, okay, but she was not exactly Lotus at that moment.
Also, Doc, you do remember that pretty much every time you try and talk to Time, he is confused about what timeline you're currently in.
Yeah. It's a work in progress. Maybe we can get him a little bit more bearings, but for now, I would say that we probably shouldn't. Plus, I don't have her book, do I?
You want to check?
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna dig in my bag.
You dig in your bag, and you seem to have all of your things and all of Hickory's things. Anything that
books.
both of you had has seemingly just become one thing.
Oh, okay. So Doc pulls out the book, and it's like, plus, notes are incomplete. We'll save it for another time. Right now, we should probably deal with the fact that chunks of our country are floating in the air.
No, that's not ours.
What do you mean that's not ours?
Oh, we didn't have water in the middle of the island like that.
Right. So you think something else has claim of it already?
Huh? I'm saying it's not from our island.
Oh, so it's not like with Sanctuary where everything sort of rose. It's like what happened with the Feywild and the Elemental Plane of Fire where it came to us.
Yeah, I also heard a rumor. I was talking with Delilah, I think, told me they have a similar situation in Ubor right now.
Oh,
Interesting.
Where a thing just showed up.
I see.
So, you guys have. It's only a few more minutes before you eventually lower down towards the ship. Lotus, you come trotting out in your new outfit. Would you like to explain?
So, the pink ribbon makes a return, y'all.
Let's go!
So she's wearing a pink ribbon now, again. She's wearing like this dark red, kind of maroon shirt, in which the sleeves are almost cut at her shoulders. And then it's like gray from her shoulder to her elbow. And then a dark gray from her elbow to basically where her fingers start, almost glove-like. And then she's also wearing slightly longer pants. They stop at the top of her knees, and there's like a slit at the side, in which there's like crossed threads which connect on either side. Yeah, she
Comfy.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah,
Not bad,
so
kid.
they're so comfy. Look, my pink ribbon is back.
Where did it go?
I put it on shoes, and then like shoes is not here anymore. So then I was wearing the bandana for a very long time. But then they said that they could make me a pink bow, and I was like, yes, I'll take it.
Twink,
All
did
right.
you get changed at any point in the landing? Twink, would you like to describe your new outfit as you also step out?
Yeah, I ran away after professing that I needed to, quote unquote, put that stuff on first. So then I come back and I'm wearing the jacket is not like my arms aren't in it, it's just kind of around my shoulders. But it's a black jacket with like these beigeish, goldish, like pauldron type things on the shoulders, as well as a golden beigeish sash that I'm wearing around my waist. I have like 2 sets of thin robes, like they're not thick cottony robes, are very thin.
Like a linen.
Yes, and underneath is a black with white trim, and over top of it, I wear a white robe that has like a reddish inlay. And I wear both of those over my chainmail.
All right. Twink comes out looking quite dapper in his new overlaying robes and his coat almost flowing off of him like a cloak.
You kind of look like Matthias.
No, not really.
Yeah, Matthias was a lot taller.
Much taller.
Bigger clothes.
Meant the fancy clothes, but
Matthias's clothes were also a lot bigger than his.
Yeah.
Fair point. He's not wrong.
Uh-huh. He also had a big axe.
God, that thing was so cool.
Yeah. I wonder if he'll let me like wield it a little bit when we go to Yugua.
I hope not.
I highly doubt it.
hope not.
Man.
Twink, you can't see it because you can't really see over the railing, and it's at a downward angle, so you're at a special disadvantage. But as you guys are flying in, you do see that like the whole tree line in this chunk of island near the town of Twinktania is just full of tents. Like it is in between all these trees has become like a refugee camp. And as you fly up close to the dock, and Lachlan prepares a giant like log that he has tied a rope around in place of an anchor and throws it over the side, there's hundreds of people like looking out at you, including a bunch of artificers who are coming running down the path.
We're not even there yet. Like he said, as you start approaching, and you are already waving.
You start waving at all the people.
Lotus could make out people and decided to start waving.
But yeah, I mean, she's been waving the whole time in.
You're waving the whole time you guys
Especially with that
land.
perception. As soon as she
One
saw
point of
humanoid,
exhaustion.
Eggold is
point
like
of exhaustion.
Eggold and Felix and Frankie are doing like an exact spotting on how to get the ship as low to the water as possible without, submerging the cargo hold that has a giant hole ripped in it. And you guys finally stop almost normal ship height above the dock, maybe like an extra 8 to 10 feet higher. Aver and Huon and Dormo are all there, like all lined up. And with them is give me one sec. You have to make sure this is the correct person.
On our way to landing, I would actually like to ritual cast detect poison.
You want to ritual cast detect poison?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. You start ritual casting detect poison. Hilarious.
He's losing.
And the rest of you all waving and everything. Vilvom, the person who you had the council member of the Westwood who you had saved, is there, like waving up to you alongside Madame Auvert and the artificers. So you all finally come to a point where Eggold takes the ladder and rolls it over the side.
Fly down to the dock.
So are you guys taking the ladder down, those of you who cannot fly?
No, I think I'll jump.
Yeah, I'm gonna vault it.
I'll catch you.
Was it enough
Yeah,
time for
I'm
me
gonna
to
take
be
the
done?
ladder down.
It was not enough time for you to be done. You are still ritual casting. It'll probably take another couple minutes.
Okay, I'll just fucking cast it.
You burn the you're like ritual. You think you had enough time,
Yeah.
and then there's like 3 more minutes left on the cast as everybody is like going down the ladder, and Eggold is like, "What are you doing?" And you're just like, "Fuck it." You use the spell slot.
I'm just gonna sit there as people go and pass me.
Okay.
Basically,
You just sit and wait as like the crew is very variously moving around. You don't detect any poison.
Okay.
You don't detect anything out of the norm.
I'll just go down.
Lotus,
As
everyone
the
waves. to
last
you,
person
like,
goes down.
Wait, did he detect any diseases?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. No.
You did not detect
Twink
it
has
either.
rabies.
Not even
Twink
scurvy.
has
Twinks
rabies.
had rabies. I was lighting up like a balloon the last time you used it.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so you guys all head down to greet them. Madame Auvert is just like, "It's so good to see you." And she like comes up, grabs Lotus, gives him a little quick hug, turns to Twig, is like, "You don't want a hug. I know you don't want a hug. How are you?"
It was a long one, yeah. It was a long one.
And yeah, and she like gestures to like the refugees around. Nice, sort of gathered.
Yeah.
Was quite surprised when a whole quarter of the Westwood just sort of showed up in the woods.
I turned to Mara. You didn't tell them they were coming?
What?
You were supposed to tell them they were coming!
Yeah, it was too much of an emergency.
Yes, well, luckily only a few of them were caught in our traps around the woods. So it was simple to explain and get sorted. Only a little awkward.
I look at Vilvam. I am so sorry.
Vilvam, they're just like, that's sort of how it goes. Thanks for having. Would you all like to come rest? We've been working on some things, so I have places for all of you.
Oh,
Really?
Oh,
perfect.
Yes.
sounds lovely.
Eggold, oh my, like she like takes a moment to properly look up the airship, and she's like, how did you do this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. We should start building a port for this so that we don't crash it into the island when we come back every time.
Yes, yeah, a good place would probably be on the side of the not volcano. Yes, small one.
What have you guys built since we've been gone?
Plenty. I'm very excited to share it with you. What happened to the bottom of it? She like goes up and like looks into the cargo hold through the giant like smashed open portion.
Yeah,
War.
that was
Right.
catapults. Yeah.
Yes, war. You were in war. Sanctuary is failed. Oh,
I died.
well, yeah. Oh,
It's okay.
Sorry.
She's better now.
Sodden's gonna have a fucking field day when he finds out that the Westwood has lost. Well, come along then. She like walks along. Huon like comes up to Twig and is just like, "Hey, new digs. You look good."
Oh, thank you, Huon.
So how does it work? She like looks at the airship as she like walks along with you.
There's a core that I have no clue how it works.
Who does that mean? Research?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Dormo, you have a job. Dormo's like, "Goodbye, Twink."
Love Dormo. He's my favorite character.
As you're all like walking away, he like lifts Huon up onto the ship and then just grabs it and pulls himself up.
As he's
With the
going, Doc
railing
just kind of
kinda
pats him on the
creaking.
back, and it's like, "Good to see you again, buddy." Just walks along.
Lotus,
Bye, Hickory.
Oh, well.
just as a word of advice, as we meet a lot of new people and see old faces, leading with that, saying that you died, probably keep that on the low, like low profile. A lot of people aren't prepared to hear that.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean, I died and then came back.
right, but it'll just raise a lot more questions, and you know,
That's funny.
it's
But
not
okay, I won't.
okay.
Even if it's funny.
It's not very funny.
I think it's funny.
Okay. Cool.
Let's go.
All right.
Doc kind of leans over to Dolus and is like, she's always like this, right? Like this isn't like some side effect from.
Oh no, yes. I mean, you've known her for a bit now.
What's funny about that?
You guys.
I can tell you.
You guys approach the proper Twinktania, walking as your way through all of these sandalwood and deciduous trees and everything, going away from the beach. There are just obviously hundreds and hundreds of elves, like all stationed around like campfires, all talking, chatting. A few of them seem to be nursing wounds. A lot of them are sad. A few of them wave at you. And then you enter Twinktania, which the buildings are all about where you left them. The well is now more of a proper well that's been built up. It looks like they made bricks for it to construct it, and they're drawing all of their water from it with 2 buckets. And they have like a team that seems to be just constantly drawing water to give water to everyone all around. There's a few bamboo pipes running from it that seem to function as irrigation that head off in a direction you're not quite sure where they go. The buildings have become a little less ramshackle. Some more sturdy walls have been put up here and there. That sort of makeshift artificer hall has all the sides of it have become sturdy logs, like basically just tree trunks that got split in half and laid in as the walls. But otherwise, the general shape and size hasn't shifted all that much of the town until you get in properly, and then you can see just past that hall, further up, like the hill heading towards the volcano, not volcano, in the distance. There is a large building that seems to have been the focus of construction while you were gone, because it is a, like, proper building. You guys all being led all your way through this building. It is proper wood. It looks like they took the time to like strip the logs and make them into a full-blown like boarded up building. Novair's like, what do you think? It's 2 stories. It's got like a nice like wing attached to it. Just like, we built it modular so we can add on to it if you see fit, but thought a headquarters for the Twink of Twinktania would be appropriate.
I stare at Dolus.
Yes, no, apparently the title has made its way around the Colviat.
Dolus feels Twink's stare, and he just looks. He's like looking up at the building, laser focused.
It's been like 8 days.
It's a very nice building.
Do we have rooms in there? Or is it just like a meeting room, kind of like in Sanctuary?
There are bedrooms. There are not as many as we would like. We are hoping to, as I said, expand. Given enough time and resources, you'd all probably have your own rooms, but that could take months, years even. So,
How many bedrooms are there right now?
There are 3.
3.
Alright, well.
There is a meeting room down below. There is a kitchen. And we have a small, if you can see, she like gestures, there's a patio on the side, and like for you to sit, look over the town as you need.
Lovely. Speaking of looking over the town, point up.
Oh,
How
yes.
long has that been a thing?
About 2 days ago, right around the time all of the elves showed up,
Okay.
a few chunks of land suddenly in the sky.
Has
Luckily,
anyone-
none of them are over the town.
Has anyone gone to look at them?
Well, none of us can fly, so no.
Okay.
I could probably give me a minute. I'm gonna ritual cast commune with nature.
Okay. ritual cast and commune with nature.
This
Actually, I
man's
was,
gonna talk to the birds. He's gonna talk to the birds.
I was really hoping so you could come back and give me an update on the situation because, over 5,000 elves showed up on the beach, and this island is maybe equipped, even with its now rather boisterous size, to hold. I think we could support this many people if we had a functional farming system or living quarters. But we barely have this, like gestures, like maybe dozen half buildings that have been made. It's like this can support a few hundred at most, and we have that many sitting out watching the team work with the well. So
Yeah, no, they should be coming to get the refugees soon. This is just somewhere they needed to go to make sure they would be safe.
yes, that is fair enough. As far as safety goes, defenses beyond basic tripwire traps, pulley systems, pitfalls. We don't have much other than the cannons that were on the ship. So we have begun crafting ballista in the workshop. And we are working as well on walls that we can surround the town with. I wanted to get with you on the radius you wanted for the city to be. Didn't want to just start constructing, given the fact that we may be expanding, and also the fact that it seems like we get more land by the day.
Yeah, we should not plan on that being here forever.
I didn't know. I've never constructed something on floating land anyways, so I didn't think I was just going to not.
That's boring.
You just said that I should not plan on them being here.
Yeah, but to plan just to not? I mean, I thought of like 1,000 things. I've already thought of like 5.
Wait, I didn't say I haven't thought of things I could put out there. I just said I wasn't going to.
Yeah, well, we'll have a couple days to talk about everything, and then we're gonna head to Yubua.
You're gonna... In that? She, like, gestures back. It's
yeah.
a ship.
No, trust me, it'll be fixed in a day or 2.
Half of the bottom is gone. That is going to take at least 4 days.
Okay.
What do you know that I don't know?
We have 5,000 elves down there that are all really good ship makers.
Oh, shite. That is true.
But I thought you might know that already, so I didn't really want to bring it up.
No, well, I mean, the ships are usually made in Riverbend, not in Sanctuary, but there are many good... I mean, they make... Oh,
They don't have to make the ship, they just gotta fix it.
yeah, they just... That's true. We still need the wood to fix it. I mean, we have enough, but I'm concerned about constantly using the resources on a small island that will take several years to be replaced.
No, I agree, but I mean, it has to go anyways to make room to build anyways, so...
Alright, fair enough. I will,
Yeah, so, yes,
If we
the
have
resources
seeds,
have
I
been
can
a big...
fix that. What? You can just make him grow. Druid.
That's true too. If we could... What if we could recruit a few of the elves to just make the trees grow back?
That'll probably help more.
Because I
I'm
mean,
not exactly prepared.
Westwood
for
has
that.
a lot of druids. So you brought something up and you couldn't even do it?
I mean, just need a day rest, and I can do it. But
Regardless, I mean...
we have more people that can do it.
yes, I can... Then Vilvom speaks
But
up
that-
at this point, and it's like... that is something that we could do, yes? Of course. For your hospitality, it's the least we could do.
Now, the wood is obviously the lumber. Not a concern. We just solved that problem, but... all the other resources...
Food, water... difficult to build on. Your well is sustaining for now, but if it runs dry, then... well, water everywhere, but nary a drop to drink. You are on an island.
Yuan and Dorma need to get on that, actually. That's a very good idea you bring up. What if we could make the salt water drinkable?
I have other artificers working on it. Yuan and Dormo are currently working on your pet project of the hot springs.
Oh.
Well, actually, I think they're currently working on your airship because they lit up like children as soon as it showed up.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to tell them I have a lock on it. They're not going to be able to open.
I think they'll try.
Yeah, no, they're not going to be able to open it.
Okay, well, they might not be able to open the lock, but Dormo might just be able to take the door off.
Oh, fuck.
Twink, is our ship about to blow up?
Should I get someone on that? Is the core unstable?
Yeah, please.
She like just does a whistle and commands a few people to rush off and tell Yuan and Dormo.
I have a question. So, like, I know you said that, like, you didn't want to build on the islands, but weren't there, like, water that was coming down from it?
That is
Right,
what you said, right?
But it's not a... It would work for now. We could, potentially, but it would probably cost more resources to go get it than it would be to make this better down here.
Okay.
We can gauge all of these situations. We've been sort of slowly addressing everything. I've had my hands full with the current political issue, so I haven't really had the time to think of solutions to a lot of these issues. But I'm sure if I surveyed the other artificers who have been less busy, they may have options for you. And of course, you'll have time to think of it yourself. But for now, rest, recuperate. Is there anything else I need to know while I adjust everything?
There might be more elves on the way. We'd like to get the other elves.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Ellis.
Vilvom
the
has
Ellis.
keep me updated on that, yes.
In a couple days, you might see some ships.
From you, yes?
Yes. There's a chance you see that, so don't freak out when that happens.
Perfect.
No, I mean, if I think of anything, we'll talk about it later.
No inquisitors, no world-ending cataclysms.
We'll talk about it all in the meeting later.
Perfect.
Doesn't need to be known right now.
Let's do that over dinner then, shall we?
You look perturbed, Doc.
Well, I feel like... Come here. And he pulls Twink away. And it's like, we have a master poisoner who's maybe on our ship or maybe in that group who can poison that well right now and kill everybody on this island.
What
You don't
did they
think
gain
that's-
from that?
Chaos? I don't know.
They were in Sanctuary for years, set up a shop. In that time, do you not think they could have done that? But there's no gain.
Yeah, it's just the more time that they don't know about it, the more time she has to hide.
Also, the more people that know about it, the more people are put in danger.
I guess. Yeah.
Talk about it tonight.
Okay.
While they're having that conversation, I just look at Madame over there and he's like,
Do you know where Petron is?
Oh, yes, the injured one. He is currently occupying one of the 3 bedrooms.
Oh. Should we go... Nora, should we go and eat him?
We could.
You say Mara? In a minute.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Mara, what are you doing?
Give me a minute.
Okay, what are you doing? I'll give you as many minutes as you want.
he's
after you tell
casting
me.
a spell.
I can see that. But what spell?
Communing with nature.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can I ask you
Hey.
two, Aura Kakra, to do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you before you relax, can you do a quick just survey of the surrounding area? Make sure there's nothing amiss. Maybe take a glance at the closer clusters of rocks.
Alright, I suppose we could do that, yeah.
I shall
I'll get the
We'll pay
closer
you.
ones. I'll get the farther ones. Don't worry about it.
What?
Oh,
I got it.
And all right, I guess we're just going then.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm going to survey the whole area. I'm not waiting for Mara's thing that he doesn't want to talk about. I'm gonna survey the whole area.
Twink, as you and Doc return, the birds take off. Nevaire's just like, okay, after that little hubbub you had over there, is there anything else I need to know?
Nothing that we can't discuss later.
Alright, well then, I shall talk to your ship chef and some of the other cooks of the Westwood and prepare not a feast in your honor. We don't have enough food for that. A snack in your honor for this dinner.
Yeah, whatever works.
She just turns off with Vilvalm and heads over near like the workshop to do things. Mara, around this time, you cast Commune with Nature.
Yay. All right, DM, give me 3 facts about how this island is being influenced from other planes of existence.
Big rocks. They're floating.
So you detect that there is a lot of fire elemental energy swelling up around the center of the island that is creating a steam well and making the not a volcano. You also detect the presence of many, many fae all across the island. And last but certainly not least, you detect air elemental energy surging in all of these wells around the island, making the floating rocks that you see all over the place. Elsewise, there doesn't seem to be any sort of negative influence on the area around you. Everything is almost mixing in a really harmonious way. Sort of like all of these different elements of matter were supposed to coalesce in this way.
What did you say about air elemental energy?
There is elemental energy, like a magical elemental energy. Not like an elemental, not like the creature, but like the energy of the element of air is sort of coursing through the entire island, but it is highlighted in the points that are now floating, that seem to be almost unnaturally full of it. Same thing with the volcano underneath and the giant Feywild tree. So you get a full lay of the land, and all of the things that should stand out, but they don't feel alien. They feel like they are part of the island.
Did they leave already?
I mean, we're
Go ahead,
here.
Noah.
Like, Twink and I are still here.
Yeah, because that happened as soon as we got done with our conversation.
Yeah.
So we haven't had time to leave yet.
Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, did Dolus and Lotus leave though?
Yes. They're already off.
Okay.
No, what did you want to say? What were you getting
Are you
about?
saying our lasagna island is now more of a pizza roll?
Shut the hell up. Mara, continue. Yeah, it's a pizza roll now. Can't wait for that episode title. It's a pizza roll now.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. I love this. It's a cool new power. Oh, I got to see the lay of the land. Like, kind of spiritually, it's swirling in my brain. So, hold on. The center is surrounded by, like, fiery elemental energy.
Okay.
You know, the volcano. Yeah, we already knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Obviously, you know, refuse. It's all sort of coursing around us, the air elemental energies. They're all sort of converging in a very, very natural way. It's really cool, actually. There's obviously, we already knew this as well, but there's a lot of Fey energy everywhere too. But it seems to be pretty natural for the most part. Like, it's just coursing very naturally.
So what you learned is everything we already knew.
Well, no, I think what we learned is that it's stable.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would be almost invasive. You would have felt something, but you're saying it felt natural, so it's if it's floating, it will stay floating.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about the rocks crushing us at night. I'm gonna sleep better.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Like it's formulating naturally around us is what I'm saying. It's becoming a part of us.
It's almost like, Doc, think about it this way. Oh, you might not be the person to tell this to. I'll say it anyways. Imagine you catch a fish in ice home.
Sure.
You know what fish are, right?
Yes, I know what fish are.
Okay. Now imagine you take that fish somewhere else and put it in a new pond. While at first it's out of place, it will eventually begin to make that pond its home.
But what if it's an invasive species?
Well, it still makes its way into the ecosystem. It becomes a part of it.
But that's the dangerous part. What if this part is harmful to the whole?
It's become the new whole. There is no harmful to it. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Changes will be made and things will happen, but we don't have to worry about it destroying us.
Right. It doesn't make any sense how the plane's breaking somehow.
First off,
works.
it doesn't make any fucking sense. The plane's breaking. Like I think we just need to not try to make sense of it and just accept it's okay for now.
Right. I guess if it's safe for now at least, then, like you said, we don't have to worry about anything falling out of the sky. But what came with it?
That's what hopefully we'll find out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harmonious for now, though. That's all I'm saying. Very harmonious.
Should we check out our new place then?
Oh, yeah. Got nothing better to do. Well, actually, I got a lot of things better I could be doing.
You'll be fine.
Like what?
I mean, there's like tons to be done around here.
Not wrong.
Might as well throw off our bags.
Yeah,
I will
well,
say. Oh, what? What? Oh, I was just gonna say that I could. Yeah, I decided to pack a few fun little spells today. I can purify our drinking water.
That's actually extremely useful.
Yup. I can still detect poisons. We won't have to worry about that as much.
Cool.
What else have I? I can locate some creatures if we're looking for anything specific. I don't know. I can talk to
Unless you
God.
can
Do we want to talk to more gods?
I
Have a
want to
make a
limit
fun
that as
adventure
much
of
as I
that.
can. I think I would like to limit that as much as possible.
I think we've had enough of godlike forces for a few days.
I agree. We can have some fun though.
Okay.
Let me know if we need anything like that.
I'm
Fancy
going
nature
inside.
stuff.
Yeah.
You guys all going in. Oh my gosh. I love all of you.
Love
So,
you too.
birds, you're just doing the full, like, flying around perimeter check. And so, as you take off, you see the signs of, like, the refugee camp in this whole area. And here, let me just to give you guys a reminder. I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but I have a little, not a full-fledged map, but a little visual representation of Twinktania that I'm putting in our little private talks so you can see. So the entire like upper left area near Twinktania is currently completely occupied by the remnants of the Westwood. Because they are, all there in their giant makeshift refugee camp. And as you which way are you gonna go? Are you gonna go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So you head towards the big Feywild tree.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of islands that you fly up near. None of them are particularly large on
I was
this
about to
side.
ask how big are they?
They're big enough that you could stand on them, that maybe like half a dozen people could stand on them. But the larger ones are going to be down towards the bottom left. So we'll say you probably saved them for the tail end of your circle.
Okay.
There are a few floating up near the volcano also, but they're small. Those ones maybe a person could be on.
Okay. So they're less of like islands and just like rocks.
Yeah, they're like large boulders floating in the sky.
Cool.
You have a few of the larger like islands further to the south.
Right.
And so you pivot around the tree. You see like there's the Fae seem to be going about their lives in their new home. It doesn't look like they've attempted much expansion.
Do they see us as we fly overhead?
A few of them do. A few of them are like pointing and being like, "Oh, look."
Leonardo DiCaprio pointing me.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
I'm assuming you're not stopping.
No.
So yeah, you pull right, go around the other side of the volcano and down over all of the bamboo and the patchwork forests, and it seems quiet there. The rocks of the southern beach of Twinktania, where you first landed and had your beach episode way back when you first met Mara and Sox was still around, is there. You fly over it, and you are now approaching the larger islands. These ones are probably the size of like the promenade in Shade Step. Like they are sizable. Like you could fit for an IRL reference, you could probably fit like a full, like your typical high school sized building on them comfortably.
Cool.
So it'd be a couple of houses. There are some trees, a lot of vines. As you guys fly by, you do notice that the foliage seems to be your familiar native to the elemental plane of air.
Okay. Can I try and land on one of the islands?
Yes, you may. You just want to land on the biggest one?
Sure.
So it's easy enough to land on. There's like no response from it. It's just like landing on solid ground as you do, just like it would be back home.
Are there any wildlife? Are there any like animals, but like not the trees? Like, are there like living things on here?
As you're looking around, you do start to see a few bugs that definitely aren't native to the material plane. And then you would be decently familiar with them. Your people probably dealt with them every now and then. They're sort of a pest. They're called arrowhawks. Okay. They are four-winged, sort of bird-like creatures that can grow pretty big. They can get like 9 feet long, but they typically don't. And you do manage to catch a few of them that are maybe like Twinks size in the trees that they don't want to engage with you. In the elemental plane of air, you guys like hunt them because they're pests and problems. So they are immediately off-put by an Aarakocra landing nearby.
I'll just kind of stand there and I'll like look over at them and I'll give them like a stink eye.
They do like little as they like back up into the trees. I would like you to make a perception check for me.
Okay, cool. Lotus is with me, so if her passive perception passes, then...
It is, but you landed, so I would like you to make a perception check.
So that's 17 plus, I think it's 3, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So Lotus does notice first, but she is still like hovering nearby. There is a sort of a big disturbance in the trees. Like a few of them are getting nudged aside, almost silently though, and you manage to catch it just in time as a griffin breaks its way out of the tree line and just starts like shrieking at you.
okay, I am going to like keep as calm a disposition as I can as I attempt to like I'll like kind of like back away a little and like try and make it clear if I can like put my hands up like that I'm not a threat to this thing, like because I'm assuming it's just getting like defensive over territory, and so I'm just like backing away like, well,
Yeah, it doesn't. Lotus, you also noticed it in that moment. It doesn't seem to be making any move to like attack you, but it is shrieking and flaring its wings in the way like a bird would when it's trying to get someone to go away.
Lotus is just going to flap her wings and start moving backwards. And it looks over at Dulce like,
Do you think he has babies over there?
probably.
Okay, we should
I
be
would
going
assume.
then. Bye-bye, Mr. Griffin. Or Miss Griffin.
It sort of calms down as Dolus takes off and does a little, like a couple of like foot angry, like cat style foot stamps. And does a little shriek back as it turns and walks into the small, little, tiny wooded area that occupies the top of this island. I'll give you advantage on this one. Make a nature check. Either one of you. Because both of you sort of remembering.
I'll let you do it.
Okay, I'm proficient in these. Cool. Ooh, okay. I'm glad I had advantage. That is, again, a dirty 20. 15 plus 5.
15 plus 5? 30, 20. Awesome. You guys remember, Dolus, the first one to remember as the older one. Griffins weren't common in the elemental plane of air, but they weren't unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
And that one it's not huge. It's not like a full ancient, like full-fledged like battle griffin. It is probably still in the young years of adulthood.
I don't know if it has children. I think it might be closer to being one.
Oh,
You haven't seen a griffin before, have you?
only in books.
I remember once back home, there was one that flew a little bit too close to our island, and there was a bit of panic. Everyone thought that it was going to attack, but I think I heard stories later afterwards that it was running from something, which I think made people even more unsettled. It was not a fun time. Be glad you weren't around.
Yeah, I remember stories of like griffins and other big monsters in the elemental plane of air.
I mean, it's honestly, especially one of that size, it's harmless. I mean, I just,
Just have to give it space.
right. It's like what they say about some animals, especially when you hunt, that they will be more afraid of you than you are of them.
Mm-hmm. We should
This
probably tell them that, like, we shouldn't build on these islands because there's things up here.
Well, I
then
think
what-
they said that they don't plan on building on them anyways.
True, they don't really have a way to getting up here.
As
Like-
you guys... Oh, sorry.
Like-
Finish your sentence.
What if, what if the griffin goes down? Now my concern.
I don't think it plans to. This seems more defensive of its territory than wanting to expand.
Okay, just making sure.
As you guys are flying back, you pass like the last big island along the way. It's the closest one to Twinktania, and it is the one that has the water coming out of it.
Okay.
So it's really easy to see. It's just like two big trees with like a spring bubbling out of the center of them and flowing off into like a creek that comes over the side and turns into like mist 15 feet down.
I'm gonna just like land on the island and just like look into the spring. Well, the water might be finite, it seems. Spring can't flow forever. Unless it can. Magical spring, who knows?
You get the sense from how big the island is, and water's been flowing since you got here, so for like a solid half an hour now, maybe a little more. Probably magical from the rate that the water is coming from. Like it is not just coming from, unless the entirety of this thing you're standing on is just a water tank. It's not a normal spring.
You never know.
You mentioned that the water falls off of the island.
Mhm.
So then, if we were to look down, where does it crash into?
And he said it turns into
Yeah,
mist.
it's
Okay,
not
so-
enough water to make like a full-blown waterfall all the way down. Like the air and the wind up here just sort of disperse it into a mist, maybe 15 or 20 feet below the little island. So still like a solid like 40, 50 feet above the tree line.
You know,
Well,
we could,
no, go ahead.
my suggestion of making this into like a drinking thingy before, it's actually kind of a good idea.
Could be. I mean, but I don't think they really have a reliable way of making it here. Up,
They can
up
make
to the
stairs.
There's be a lot of stairs, Lotus, and they'd be very unstable.
Yeah, I guess so.
I was going to say, an even better suggestion, in my opinion. They could build. They were mentioning that they would need more. They need more food and farmland. If they were to build a farm under where this mist lays down. So right, if they were to build farmland under where this turns into mist, they could keep crops watered at a constant rate always. If this is truly a magical spring that doesn't end.
Oh, yeah. And then more people could have jobs and stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking about the jobbing
Jobbing.
crisis of Twinktania, but what do you think the unemployment rate? No, I'm just kidding.
Lotus is
As you
Lotus is a
guys-
woman of economy.
As you guys are heading away from that floating island back towards Twinktania, you do spot, sort of on this little map that I have crafted and I'm showing you, sort of like where the trees between Twinktania and the open plains are. There's clearly the beginnings of like a farm.
Is it angled? Is it placed?
It
to
is not
where my
placed
thing
in
would
such a
off?
space where that would happen.
We gotta tell
It
them to
seems-
stop.
It seems that the construction began before there was a floating, mystical, endless spring.
Down.
How far is it from where the mist would be hitting it?
Like, quarter of a mile.
Just move the island.
Or like move the farm.
I don't think either of those options are very viable.
Move the spring.
Well, I'm sure, like we could get Matthias and then we could get Dormo and like, very strong people and they could like move. But no, they can't fly them.
Okay, I was waiting for you to realize that this wouldn't work. But yes, no, we should tell them about how
Yeah.
this works.
Yeah. Wait,
You-
let's go.
You return to Twinktania, landing in front of the house.
Is anyone
And
here?
there is no one there. However, a few people nearby do like clap and cheer for you as you come in for a landing.
I'll do a light bow.
Everybody seems happy that you guys are here.
Those are the people who clap after an airplane lands.
Bro, these are Twinktania's finest.
Yeah.
They're clapping for you.
Should we go inside? Should we knock?
No, it's our home.
Oh, you're right. Okay. I'm gonna walk over to the door. Just hello.
So,
Open the door.
in the time that the birds have been gone, you guys have sort of become acquainted with the building. Downstairs at moment, pretty bleak. There is, as soon as you walk in, like a big, like, quote-unquote living area, I guess. It's more of a meeting room. It's like one big table and then some boxes that seem to become ramshackle chairs. In the back, there is like a kitchen set up, but it looks like a lot of this stuff isn't built to be permanent. Like it's like they wanted a structure for you, but they didn't want to put anything in stone in case Twink came back and was like, no. There's a little side door off to like that patio, and there are stairs that go up on the left of like the entrance. And as you go up, there's like a nicer sitting room that they seem to have put some of actual furniture into. Like they've crafted seating out of bamboo and some things, and there are 3 doors up here to what you assume are the bedrooms. And you guys, what did you guys do in the like? The birds are probably like 5 minutes, 10 minutes behind you as you come in.
I'm opening all the doors upstairs.
So you open the first one, and it's a bed, and then a nightstand. The bed is made of like woven palm fronds, and the pillow doesn't look super comfortable, but it's a pillow. And then you open the next door, and it's the same. Then you open the third door, and there's Petrin on that palm frondy bed with a nicer pillow. Just like,
oh, hey!
Just, oh, shit, knock! God, what the hell?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were here.
What are you, God? You guys are already here?
Yeah.
Your ship is fast.
Yeah. And we're not dead!
Is Twink out there?
Yeah, he's right in the hallway. Twink, come here.
Hi, Twink.
Hi, Petrin.
How you doing?
Better than you.
How you feel about your country?
It exists.
How do you feel about the frog? Where's the frog? Where's that motherfucker? I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, no, he's on the ship.
Struggling to get up out of bed. God, I have to walk all the way to that ship to kill that stupid fucking frog.
No.
He possessed me.
Yeah. But do you really think you'd stand a chance?
He's a frog.
He blew a cannon in half.
Wait, he blew the cannon in half?
Oh, right. So, like, You
worked with him?
I put him in a frog.
Yeah, I was there for that bit. He was in me before he was in the frog.
Yeah, we put it...
Yeah, and then I did you a favor. I got him out of you. Put him in a frog.
And then he was super juiced up with magic and blew the cannon in half.
Is he still super juiced up with magic?
No, he's passed out.
Yeah.
Like he has, like he's
He is not
a
woken
nap?
up for 3 days.
Then why are you concerned? I'm just gonna go kill the fucking frog. It's like hobbling past you guys.
You're not gonna kill the frog, Petrin.
Why not?
Because it's my frog.
He's a fucking psychopath. I know! He was in my head!
Psycho frog.
What if he wakes up and he's still juiced, and then he blows Twinktania in half?
But I've made a contract with him.
He ate my arm!
Yeah, I'm gonna replace that.
Hick has already tried to have this argument. At the end of the day, it's just, he's got some plan, he won't waver from it. I tried.
If I'm ever in a room alone with that
I go to put my arm on his
fucker,
shoulder and I miss.
That's fucked up, dude.
Gillian will suffer much more having to live a life of everything forever than you ending it.
You're right. You're right. Just saying, if you leave me alone with him, you'll see me eating frog legs later.
That's why you're here and he's on the ship.
Got it. Awesome. Great.
Have you,
Now, about that arm!
Yeah.
Have they been here to measure yet?
No, they've been a little bit busy with thousands of people.
Okay, well, I better get started.
So the birds
whip out
enter.
like a tape measure.
Yeah, I'm like, the birds enter, and if you go upstairs, you will find Twink getting the cross measurements of Petrin, while Doc stands there watching. And Mara, where'd you go in all of this?
I'm just kind of listening.
Mara's just also there.
Doc's gonna start
Oh.
playing cards with Mara.
Hello, Petron.
Hello.
Well, where'd you guys go?
We went
We-
around.
Over asked us to patrol around the whole island. I discovered that the island, floating island, closest to the town, has a spring that flows off of it that seems infinite. The water
Cool.
doesn't seem to stop. And so I had the idea that I wanted to bring up, and we can bring it up later at the dinner, I suppose. That if they were to, maybe they could make a farmland under, because it all mists down sort of off of the island, and they keep the crops hydrated and, through the whatnot. I don't know.
Do the islands move?
Try over the island's moving.
You landing on them didn't move them, and they didn't seem to be moving freely, but you're not sure if they could be moved.
They didn't move when I was there, or from us landing on it. I didn't try pushing them or anything, but...
Okay.
Cryo, would I know from the elemental plane of air being there, could the islands be moved?
In the elemental plane of air, the islands frequently move,
Okay.
but you've never encountered them on the material plane, so...
Well, if they're the same as the islands back home, then there is the possibility then that they could be moved, but...
That they could be moved, or that they move, as in on their own?
that they could be moved.
Not that they move on their own? I feel like a big gust of wind in a floating island probably moves.
Well, I mean, it seemed pretty stable from what I saw. So that's all I can give you. I won't give you any answers that I can't be sure about.
Sure, we'll discuss it later.
Ray, what were you gonna say?
We also saw a griffin.
Oh yes,
what?
there's a griffin on one of the islands. There are animals and wildlife.
Those are
up there.
real?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
I want one.
You
I
won't be
know.
getting one
Why not?
because
Yeah,
it's a
we-
living creature that has a family up on an island in the sky. It was plucked out of its home. You're not going to keep it as a pet.
What do you think pets are?
A cat.
I don't know if you're saying this because you think I agree with the way that pets work in the world.
So
I don't agree with any-
Think about it.
most pets are domesticated though, and like that griffin is a wild animal.
So that griffin will probably eat you. It would probably eat Twink, honestly.
So Petron's like raising
Hello,
his good
Petron.
hand. So do Tweak, you've never seen a griffin, and
Yeah.
you thought they were fictional. The birds sort of know about them. Does anyone here know the territorial range of a griffin? Because I know.
Why do you know?
Because
I know.
griffins, while very rare, do live in the Westwood.
They do.
Yeah, we've got maybe a couple dozen hanging out somewhere. The territorial range of a griffin can be several thousand square miles.
Okay, well,
And there is an island.
It didn't seem like it was that angry. It was just like we landed on the island, and then it was like, grr. But then we like went away a little bit, and it was like, okay, y'all good.
yeah, as soon as we left its floating island, it seemed to be.
Well, so that was probably like its nesting ground? Or it was just the only piece of land that was here when it got here? But I'm just saying that once it decides to establish a territory, unless it flies across the entire ocean, it is going to be this entire island.
So we have to make friends with the griffin.
If
You
the
have to
griffin
make sure it has
becomes-
something to eat other than us.
Right. If the griffin becomes a problem, it will be dealt with.
That's another thing we can discuss later.
Yes. How are you, Petron?
I want to kill a frog.
Okay.
Twink you finish measuring Petron's arm.
I just wanted to say, Petron, I apologize. On that point, I did want to kill you. We're back in Sanctuary. Well, not you specifically.
I've slowly started getting some fog of memory back from the time period that I was not myself.
Right.
I swear I wasn't gonna let him blow you up with that grenade.
It's a little close there. I was a little concerned.
Doc
Also-
looks directly at Lotus.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, he turns to Lotus, he's like, also... Ow.
Oh, you felt that? Oh, I mean, I did say sorry.
I feel that now.
Oh, you
in
do?
my heart.
How does that work? It's like... Wait, so it has AoE
He puts
and
his
it
hand
has
on your head and he's like,
everlasting-
never do that to me again, please.
I mean,
Petron,
that's why
I
it's
hope
a
you weren't
super
hoping
secret
for
forbidden-
kids.
I have a kid.
Oh.
He's in Riverbend right now.
That's why it's a super secret forbidden move that Raiden told me to never use.
Okay, well, bust that one out on any Starlost you like, but keep it far away from me.
Oh, we killed one.
Oh, the little
killed
fucker's
him.
dead.
Hey, he points at Twink.
I'm sorry, Twink. I meant little fucker, like the other little fucker, not you.
Start scratching out all the. No, I'm kidding.
Crumples up all the papers, throws them away.
Oh, did the nice nasally lady whose name I forget tell you guys about the animal issue?
Over?
That's her name, right?
Animal issue?
Yeah. So I've only caught wind of it once or twice. But there's boar on the island that are causing issues.
What sort of issues?
You don't say.
Digging up the farm, like general ruckus.
Dolus just kind of cracks his neck. They'll be dealt with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just like every time someone brings me food, they mutter about how there's not a lot of food because of those damn boar. So,
Trust me, because of those damn boar, we will have plenty of food.
okay.
I forget, did Doc ever learn what happened?
No.
Fantastic.
No, you didn't.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we're
Oh.
going hunting?
Also, as I'm slowly getting back memories of when I was Gillian, I'm slowly getting back tidbits of information I got when I had memories of Gillian.
Yeah.
So, like, he met Socks, but the not Socks, Starlost Socks, and there was something with them. I don't know. He thought about it a lot when he was me, but I can't. I guess it's not actually my memory, so I can't really pull that bit up.
This was
Wait,
while
so
he was
met with
you?
the Starlost Socks?
Guys, we don't need to talk about it. I know a guy.
We have the
a
guy.
frog.
Yeah, we'll
This
just
one's-
ask him when he wakes up.
This
Alright.
one's conscious, though.
Yeah, but I don't have all the information.
So he met...
Well, just wait. There's no reason to talk about it now. We'll talk about it later.
Let me clarify!
There's no reason to talk about it.
Gillian met with Starlost Socks.
He met with Socks
While
and
he was
Twinks.
you.
He was no. That's literally what I'm fucking telling you. God,
I understood.
I
Patrick.
don't
worry about
remember it. He thought about that a lot while he was me, but I can't tell you what they talked about because it wasn't while he was me.
Gotcha.
He just thought about it a lot while he was me,
Okay.
which is why I don't know what happened there. It wasn't me. It was just something that he wouldn't shut up about in my fucking head.
Still useful. Still
I'm
useful.
sorry, that was me. He like pats you on the shoulder
I
and he's
get
like,
it.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna sit down and wait for them to bring me soup.
What time is it, Cryo, in this?
Probably late morning now.
Okay. Mara,
Yeah.
would you like to possibly help me in the hunting of the invasive boar on this island?
Invasive.
It's their
The
island.
native boar, you
Yeah.
mean?
No, I don't mean the native boar. Dolus doesn't mean the native boar.
Sure. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay.
Can I come with?
Yes, sure. It's just
Okay.
I'll be very clear with you, Mara. I don't want to give you false expectations. I fully intend to use you as bait. They seem to be very angry with you specifically, but very afraid of me. So if I were to go in to hunt them, they would all probably run away. And so use you, they all sort of gather, and then I work the magic that I did last time, wipe them all out.
Round 2. I remember this. I remember
Did you
this.
guys do something to these fucking boar?
No, we
Hunting.
hunted boar when we were here the first time, but
But why do
other
they
than that,
hate
not really.
him and fear you?
It's a long story. It's, we can talk about it later. I mean, it's just hunting, all in the spirit of the hunt.
Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna go find Madame Auvert.
I'm a ritual cast commune with nature again.
Okay.
Lotus,
Mm.
I'll kind of like gesture her out of the room of Petra and just, let's go claim our room.
Okay.
I'll go over to the next closest bedroom of the three, and we will go inside and make claim of the bird room.
You make claim of the bird room, meaning there's one room that remains for
And
Mara,
3
Twink,
boys.
and Doc to split.
Sleepover.
Sleepover. We're gonna do each other's hair and talk
About
girls.
cute boys.
Wait.
Hey, you got a problem?
No.
During
we just
Pride
said,
Month,
we
Noah.
said the same. We said different things at the same time.
So, as you all disperse, Lotus, did you have something you wanted to do? Saw your hand going up.
2 things. This is really weird, but I just remembered that Lotus definitely would have been talking to Maya back and forth with the sending spoon once a day.
Yep.
Over the past 2 days.
Yep.
So I don't know if you want to RP that out right now, or we could just say, like,
I mean, do you want to RP it out right now?
I think that would be fucking hilarious.
All right, so quick
Hey, while you guys do
flashback.
this- While you guys do this, I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick, okay?
All right,
Okay.
quick flashback to the night before. Or the night before the night before.
Yeah.
You got 25 words.
Maya.
Thank you.
Maya. So the war is over. I kind of died, but I'm alive again, so I'm okay. Did you find Raiden?
You have
That's
3.
all. Bye.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
The war's over, she says.
I kinda died.
So, on that night, you got back. You died? What does that mean? Are you okay? Is everyone else okay? I haven't found your dad? Dad? I just got settled back home.
No response. The next night.
You can't give a response. What do you
Yep.
mean no response?
No response.
You didn't
'cause I
make this
can't.
choice.
The next night, she's like, yes, I died. I saw a cute cat. We're on our way to Twinktania again. Yes, everyone is okay. Find Raiden. He's kinda my dad. Not really. I'll explain again some other time.
You've definitely run out of words.
That's fine.
I think you might have run out of I'll explain.
Okay, you got back. Oh, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad you're all okay. Be careful. Get home safe. I'm glad you found a cat. They're cute.
Let's
And
go.
now we are in modern times.
And four
So
of us are going
Lotus-
hunting.
Well, Lotus is going to like jump onto the bed when they claim the room. He's like, Lotus, do you still have Raiden's notebook? Are you done
I do.
reading that?
I haven't. Oh, I read, and the 2 nights that while we slept before I went to bed, I read a page of Raiden's notebook.
Did you? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
While I was on watch, I got nothing better to do.
you know, let
Besides
me
watch.
let me pull that open. Then you read an entry each night.
Yeah.
So, the last entry you read way back before Sanctuary, way back before Falcon's Point, even.
Yeah.
I say way back, but that was like 7 days ago.
Yeah.
Last entry you read was talking about how he met that nice girl, Nobelia. He gave her a kiss. He liked her. Da 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 da. Next entry is dated like several weeks later. He had begun exploring the country of Stonekeeper with Nobelia. He decided to get off the ship with her, and they have since then been exploring the Great Plains, going like town to town. He makes several allusions to the fact that they have begun a romantic relationship that is not quite to the point that they are a couple, but that they frequently share a bedroll around the campfire at nights. And then he's just talking about how he's enjoying exploring. And the next entry is a bit more of the same. He talked about wanting to go to the Westwood, but then she had told him that elves don't really let anyone into the Westwood, so he said he'd probably have to save that for another lifetime, maybe if he was ever reborn as an elf. And then they are currently going to Altairi. That is
Okay.
the last entry you read, is that they
I'll
are
say
going
on
to
the
Altairi.
on the night where I read the entry of him basically saying the same shit again, I didn't really care. I skimmed over that page. I skipped to the next one. Read the next entry too.
Where they go to, you read
Yeah.
the entry in Altairi?
Yeah. That'll
Okay,
be the
well,
last one.
they arrived in Altairi. They enjoyed like seeing the sights and everything. He ended up bumping into a someone older than him, like a middle-aged gentleman who he helped him carry a bunch of things to his workshop in the lower city. He's a Fire Ganassi gentleman named Fairmont.
Mhm.
That he thinks that he doesn't know what to feel about him, but he's excited to have met somebody who seems just as excited about adventuring and discovery as he. That is the last entry you read before now.
So yeah, I'll be like, after Lotus, Ashley. Oh yes, I read it the past couple of nights on my watches. It's just more talk about traveling with this Nobelia woman, and they seem to really like each other. I suppose it's sort of how do I say? I feel like I'm reading a romance novel that I've spoiled myself on, because when we met him, he obviously wasn't with a woman named Nobelia, and so I'm just curious to see at what point they split. He met a man named Fairmont in Altairi, but I mean, nothing much else.
I'm trying to remember if Twink or Socks have ever mentioned the name Fairmont in front of them.
No,
I
probably
feel,
Definitely not Twink.
yeah, I feel like Socks has looked at Twink like, you know Fairmont? When we
Socks,
were in
you weren't there.
Shadester.
Yeah, the only time
Okay.
it was ever brought up, you were not there. Other than that, Socks might have mentioned
When
it
that happened.
in passing once when you very first met.
Also, I was gonna say, even if it's in like he barely mentioned it one time,
Yeah.
not to
You
rag,
wouldn't-
but with
you
your
wouldn't
intelligence,
recognize
I don't think you would
Yeah, but I'm just-
keep that name in.
Yeah. Neither of the birds would recognize the name.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Huh.
Are you gonna read another entry now while you're settling down, or are you gonna wait until after hunting?
Sure. I'll read
God
an
damn
entry
it.
now.
All right.
Here, I'll sit down on the bed next to Lotus. Like, here, I'll read the next entry, and I'll read it out loud.
You guys read the next entry, which talks about how Fairmont spoke to him of some sort of legendary magical ore that he wanted to get his hands on, but it only appeared in a faraway land. And Raiden had originally assumed he meant Dragonlost because there are all sorts of elemental things there. But then Fairmont talked about one of the more recently discovered lands of Yubua, and that is the place where this seems to stem from. And so he and Fairmont are contemplating going there to collect it, although Nobilia seems to want to continue her trek through Stonekeeper, which has led to some tiffs between the two of them.
Do you think this is where they break up?
I think so. But also, just to pause, because I felt like I remembered this, and I checked Ray's notes. She did hear about Fairmont from Harmon in the cargo hold when she got her rat, and he was talking all his shit. He didn't mention our last show was there with Kylie, Raiden, and Fairmont. And his name was Fairmont the Tilted, his best friend.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fairmont.
I was like, I swear, Lotus has heard
You
that
did.
name
So yes, you do recognize the name Fairmont. We could say it took you the next entry to remember where you recognized the name Fairmont from.
That makes sense.
Wait, Dulles!
Yeah.
Harmon's telling me about Fairmont.
Harmon has told you about Fairmont?
Fairmont.
Who's Fairmont? Well, I know I'm reading, but who? What?
Fairmont the Slanted or something.
Fairmont the Slanted?
Or I don't know, but
I don't know him, but I almost guarantee that's not what he goes by.
oh, maybe that's something else. Maybe I could ask Fairmont later. But so Fairmont was Harmon's best friend or something.
Oh.
And he was also there during the fight when they tried to, stabby stab Vecnos.
Oh.
Just a god. Sounds like a rat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the rat.
Ray, are you gonna sending stone Maya?
Oh.
Or is that waiting till before bed?
It's waiting for before bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's so. I was really preoccupied with the rat in my hand.
I'm sorry. Again.
It's okay. We'll find another rat.
Maybe we could find something better than a rat.
Like the Black Kitty!
I really don't know, that you should trust the random cat that showed up on the, ship out of nowhere in the middle of the night and hasn't been seen since.
Well, it's either that Black Kitty or it's shoes, but Kylie has the shoes.
Kylie is keeping shoes safe for you, Lotus. It can be your, new pet. Keeping shoes well fed and, company. It's just shoes. It's not a safe space for her here, with all the danger that we get ourselves into. Any real animal that you would bring with us would probably be in danger if we kept them along with us, especially while we travel.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You want to come hunting?
Yeah. Have you tried talking to Kylie recently?
every day. She doesn't talk back, though sometimes I can feel a light hand on my back, and I like to think that that's her, because the idea that it's someone else is terrifying.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I talked to Eggle, and he was like, okay. I was like, if we go to Ubla, he could take us to Dragon Lost. And then, like, maybe we'll find Raiden, and then we can find Kylie.
Do you think that Kylie's in Dragon Lost?
Well, I think if we find Raiden, maybe he'll give us some answers as to where she is.
I don't know why he would have those answers.
I don't know. Doesn't hurt to try. Maybe she's here now because, like, of the lasagna thing, so she's, like, somewhere here. Not here, but, like...
You know,
I don't know.
those are all great theories. Possible, I suppose. I mean, anything's possible with the way this world is turning out now.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, well, would you like to come hunting?
Hunting.
Right. We'll get up, get out of the bed, leave some feathers behind. Are we still molting? Like, how long has this been going on?
Judd, you guys know from your previous molt cycles that it'll probably be coming to a close in the next few days, but you are still molting.
Cool. So we leave some feathers behind.
Yep. Are you all going hunting for boar?
All of us but Twink.
Twink, what are you doing?
I was gonna say I want to find. I think Twink was finding Madame Ouvert, and so I guess I'll find her as well. I wanted to just tell her I want to find Ouvert, just to let her know what we're doing instead of just going in.
Twink will probably be like 1 or 2 minutes ahead of you because you.
Yeah, I'm way more than 1 or 2 minutes ahead. I left immediately.
That whole time.
Yeah.
And they just did a lot.
Yeah, taking time to read and all that. Well, a lot of that was catch up from stuff they did during the time skip.
It's true.
So they had enough time to read a whole entry, though. So you're probably about 5 minutes ahead of them. So Twink, you go to look for Auvert, and you find her in the workshop, talking with a bunch of artificers and Vilvom. That was a quick rest. 45 minutes, hour.
Yeah, but I just woke up. I just got off the ship.
Travel can really take it out of you. I'm sorry, I'm used to leaders of country who are a lot more lackadaisical about their approach.
Can't really afford that this early on.
Understandable. I'm trying to work out how we can manage food for the next few days until we get some folk to take these people back. I didn't tell you about the farm. There's a farm. We're working on a farm. You follow the bamboo irrigation, you'll find the farm.
Yeah, I put 2 and 2 together. I assume that's where it went.
Also, the farm currently has a bit of a pest problem.
I've heard from Petron boars.
Oh, it's how do I put this? It's probably better if I just show you. We have one captured. Well, we had one captured. Few captured. Now. Come on, to the back. Vilvom, continue all this. Joe points to a few artificers. We'll get it all sorted. Twink, with me. Walks you to the back of the workshop. And as you come around the back, there's like a big pen that has been constructed of like logs and like makeshift metal and stuff. And there are like 4 boar just hanging out in there. Like, this is our pest problem.
They're boar.
Give me a moment. She like goes over to a chest and she opens it. She pulls out a head of cabbage. She's like, they are boar. Yes. They are not normal boar. I mean, so here's my idea, is that we keep a few of them as sort of farming animals for food. They're a good option, but they multiply so quickly that it is a little difficult to contain.
Right, but I mean, that's easy. I mean, once you've captured them, that's easy. You just slaughter at that point.
Well, yes, but we would have to capture literally all of them, because I mean, watch. And she like throws the cabbage in, and one of the boar comes over and starts eating it. And she goes, "Give it a moment." And the boar eats the entire thing, and then it gives a little burp, and then it shimmies a little, and there's like a ball of its fur comes off of its side, and it's just like a ball of fur, and she sits there and goes, "Here's the parts that I cannot explain." And the ball of fur rolls over and is a tiny boar.
They're Mogwai!
Yes.
Some would call that a herbivore.
Okay, Twink, I get it's very funny, but this is a rapidly escalating problem.
Sure, but that's easily contained. I mean, I understand that it's.
Well, so we tried to contain it a few times. We killed a lot of boar while you were gone, and we must have missed one or two, because now there are, like, a lot of boar still out in the woods. How do you think we ate for the last 2 weeks? We haven't been having fish. We did work on the fishing nets, but, I mean, this was a sudden source of food.
Does it only happen when they eat vegetables, or is it any food
Oh, it
at all?
happens when they eat anything.
Oh, no. Okay, I don't think we have to worry about a food source.
No, it's really just a matter of processing them at a fast enough rate.
How long does it take them to grow?
To the size of a full boar? Well, I mean, these 3 happened in the first day or 2, and now they are full, so about a week.
Well, that's not bad. I mean,
It's when they are small, they do not split off. These smaller ones, well, 1 or 2 of them have just gotten large enough to do it.
wait, so the smaller ones don't split? It's
Not until they are full size, no.
well, that's easy then. Once you feed them and they split, you kill the big one.
Fair enough. Like I said, it's really just a matter of logistics of catching all of them or killing all of them.
I'm
before
pretty
they-
sure the group was gonna go out and kill a bunch of boars.
There are several hundred boars in the woods on this island.
I think they could do that in a few hours.
Okay. Well, okay.
It'd be a good
Okay.
feast for tonight, at least.
It would. I think we just might need a bit more systematic of a method. Because just gestures at the tiny boar that's like walking around.
I just don't know. Like, what do you mean? I don't
There
get
are several hundred boar. I do not think that your group of 4 adventurers are going to be able to slaughter them all and not miss a single one. Because if we miss a single one, then in a week we will have several hundred boar in the forest.
I think we totally can do that.
If you can slaughter all of the boar and I do not encounter another wild boar, I will work for free for you for 6 months.
Well, here's the deal.
Mhm.
We have a person who will definitely find all those boar for us.
Then it's just a matter of killing several hundred boar.
I killed 27 guys in like 36 seconds.
In a single enclosed room. This is an entire island. And if you miss one and it eats a carrot, she like gestures again at the tiny boar.
I see.
I'm not saying it's entirely
God.
impossible.
We have to find somebody.
Find who?
What is this boar's favorite food? Do you know? You know what this boar eats?
No, I don't know what the boar eats.
Have you... So we haven't tracked him in the wild at all?
I've started tracking them in the wild. I'm sorry, I have several thousand refugees from the Westwood who showed up on a beach 2 nights ago. I've been a bit busy. Also, none of them eat fucking meat, so I can't just slaughter the boars and give it to them. Fucking would have. I'm sorry. That's Shade Step talking. Apologies. I'm better. I'm good.
Over had a heated gamer moment.
Okay, well, yep. No, that boar problem is a big problem. But it's also not like a bad problem either.
It's
like,
not a bad problem. It's a good thing. It just we need to address it. How about this? Your group goes out, hunt some boar. You get a lay of the land as it is today. I talk to Vilvorm, get some of their hunters together. Maybe we can arrange them hunting the boar for us before they leave. With the combined forces of the Westwood and Twinktania, I am sure we can collaborate and collect enough of them that we hopefully will not miss any.
We will definitely miss at least one boar. So I don't think there's ever a solving of this problem.
Yeah, so we're just going to have to hunt several boar a day to make sure that this does not become a persistent issue.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess let's do a culling now so we can get a number down low and then we can set hunting parties up for the future.
Yeah, I think that is what will have to happen for sure. However, I'm not going on the hunting party, so they can do all that.
Where are you going? What are we doing?
Well, there's a lot to discuss about what's going on here. Want to see what everybody's doing.
Yes. I shall give you a full rundown, I suppose. Also, Huon and Dormo were retrieved before. Well, not before. They got the door off of your hatch. So, they are working on fixing that right now. Also, Huon may or may not have magically electrocuted herself when she attempted to interact with the core. She is alright, but thought you should know.
She missing a hand? What happened?
No. She was sort of zapped and laid there in a semi-paralyzed state for a few minutes.
Yeah,
and then she shot up and said, "Woo, let's go again." And now she and Dormo are working on repairing your ship.
She's gonna touch it again.
Yeah, probably. But, well, at least now we know she will not die.
Okay. Alright. Yep, let's get going.
Around the time they're coming around the front is when the rest of you leave the building.
It's hunting time?
Yes. How do I put this?
By casting?
Well, so you all will be hunting boar.
Yeah.
But your main...
you already knew.
Yes, well, so there's sort of a problem. It's like, just try and catch as many as you can, and get an idea of where they are congregating, and we shall handle everything from there.
Dolus and I are really good at doing that.
Right, we can go and scout before we... Oh, is this going to be an organized effort, or are there going to be more of us out hunting?
Just the four of you for now.
All right.
Is my casting complete?
You're communing with nature?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it finishes.
Okay, cool. Y'all want to finish this?
Yeah.
Before
Me and Lotus can go scout out first through the island. And
I can help out.
well, just so we can fly through and see if, just to tell where they're congregating, and then come back, and then we can all go collectively to sort of the congregation point.
All right.
Right.
Since we kind of already...
Probably be
flew-
best if you all just go together.
I will warn you now, none of you will want to encounter this group of boar alone.
I think I'd be fine.
You will be significantly outnumbered.
That's all right.
How many boar are there?
roughly, last count, 270 some.
And then we'll multiply all that by probably 2.5. So near 600.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, how
yes.
quickly do boar have babies?
Well, normally boar take several years to have children and be born, but these boar are special, and a new one boar can make like 3 or 4 new boar every 2 days.
Oh,
Doc just gets a little smile on his face. I think I can solve 2 issues at once.
do not worry, Madame Hubert. The boar kind of thinks before he speaks. Best way to put it, I think the boar fear me. They sort of see me as their god of death, if you will. So,
Are we going to have to craft scare or cockra for the boar?
Scarecocra.
You know, that
You,
was
there,
actually
the
probably a
blonde
good
one.
idea.
What is your solution that you are pyramiding your fingers about?
The birds found something cool, and it's another issue, but we can maybe solve this issue. There's a griffin up there.
There's a what?
No, wait, because we talked to Petrin, and it's all gonna be perfectly fine. Because you know why? Because Petrin said that it needs something to eat, so it doesn't eat us.
Are you going to offer boar to the griffin?
We could offer boar to the griffin, and
It gets its territory. We don't have a boar problem.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose a griffin could eat several boar a week. We'd probably still have to hunt, but that would leave room for us to hunt boar and have food. This could be a good solution, other than the fact that there is a griffin.
We can talk about all this tonight at the meeting, which we were supposed to talk about all this at anyways.
All right, go hunting. Go. Whatever it is, griffin, not griffin. Just tell me where the boar are. Tell me what you did. Go have fun.
all right,
All right.
let's go scout.
Yeah.
I guess we're all going scouting.
There, you guys going up?
I mean, we're going through the woods. I mean, to be like, we also were Lotus and Dolus hunted through the woods, and we lived there for months.
Mara,
Yeah.
commune with nature. It pops off as you're all about to go. What are you trying to commune? What are you trying to get?
Just want as much information on like the boars as possible.
There is, as you were trying to detect information about the animals on the island, there's a significant disturbance in the fauna of this island as the food chain has been disrupted by several hundred boar.
There's a disturbance in the boars.
Yes, there is a disturbance in the boars. This is like 10 times the most boar that have like ever lived on the island. There are like 10 times more boar on the island currently than ever were on it before. Seems like an unnatural disturbance. They're all generally to the like southeast, sort of along the way you guys walked to get to the bamboo forest. That area is just sort of interspersed with a lot of boar. But you also sense a great anger in all of the boar. The nature is a little peeved.
Nature is healing and it's fucking pissed.
Yeah. So, but you sense the general direction that the boar are in.
I'll head outside then. Ugh. Oh, I did the thing. Hi.
What did you do?
Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of boar here.
Who?
Yeah, we got that.
The cleric.
All
He was
right.
a carpenter
Hundreds.
before.
Cleric Artificer.
10 times more than there was before. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. They apparently they can multiply a lot faster than before.
How?
I don't know.
How does anything
I
happen,
think
Mara?
Madame Hubert was saying that they reproduce a lot faster.
Interesting. Well, they're about southeast. Remember where the bamboo forest was?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that saves us time on locating congregations of boar.
They're very angry.
They're very angry.
Yeah,
Of course they are.
I felt their anger.
I can't imagine why.
Hunting
I don't know.
time?
What?
Is hunting time?
Looks like it.
I'm gonna like look in my bag. Just do you think we could get some more? Just really quickly find some more crossbow bolts before we head off. If there are that many boar, I might be running low.
You have a giant axe.
Well, right, but I mean, I'm more skilled with my crossbow, and it's more efficient, and it doesn't involve me getting up and personal with the boar.
You shoot magic from your fingers, dude.
Yes.
Okay, you find the bolts. I've got to have a conversation with Aldrich.
Okay, cool. I'll grab some I'll look for crossbow bolts, I guess, or ask around where I can find some weapons, which includes crossbow bolts.
You summon an Aldrich.
I do. And
Owl appears on your hand. It's just, boom. Whoa.
Hey,
Hello.
buddy. Oh, you still got your thing.
Of course.
I didn't know if it'd come with you.
Yes, it's I'm attached to it, and so I think it has attached to me.
Yeah.
Like in a metaphorical sense. I don't think it's actually like physically attached to me. Although it may be. I do not know. I don't have hands to take it off.
All right. Well,
And I
It's
don't shake it off for fear that I cannot put it back on because, as previously stated, I do not possess hands.
Yeah. Well, Hick's been busy, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little more juice than I did the last time we woke up.
Oh, yes. I do believe you have grown in strength by mind melding with a psychopathic werewolf inquisitor bent on domineering power and the destruction of one of your closest allies.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But, I just got this itch in my head that I don't think it's just me, bud. I think...
What does that mean?
I mean, Hick obviously got stronger, but I think we can do a little something with you.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna need you to trust me. I'm going to
Okay.
try and channel my magic through you.
Fine. That's fine.
And
I've
things
had
might
stranger
change.
things. That's fine. Like my shape, you're going to change my shape. I'm a familiar. That's happened before. There was a brief period of time where your father carried me around like a scarf while I was a snake.
Dad never mentioned anything about you being able to change into this, and I would like to change Aldrich to a pseudo-dragon.
Alright. You, because of Pact of the Chain, you could just do that, yes?
Mm-hmm. Aldrich
Yeah.
can just be resummoned in other forms.
So, Aldrich is a little confused, and then he does a twirl and a fluff of feathers, and then he is smaller all of a sudden. Or not smaller. He is slightly larger all of a sudden.
Now? They should be smaller.
Pseudo dragons?
Yeah, they're tiny. They're
Really?
tiny creatures.
Oh, they
Yeah,
are
they're-
tiny.
They're,
That's
labeled
right.
as tiny, yeah.
He is smaller.
They're
Yeah,
basically,
so,
it's like Mushu, but tiny.
yeah.
Mm.
So he is smaller. He's more stout. He has 4 legs. He has feathery wings. He still possesses like the feathered horns of the owl, but his face is now in the shape of a dragon. He's just like, ugh. Please do give me more warning before you add limbs. Ugh.
To be fair, I didn't know exactly how you change.
It's so strange. He stretches his wings and flutters them. I say this, but as in my natural phase state, I can shift quite freely. So,
Yeah.
I just, please do warn me. This is still my body while I'm on this plane. I would like some know-how into how many digits I'm going to possess. Oh, look at my little fingers.
I'm sorry, buddy. But, I mean, hey, you might be a bit stronger this way, because we have to take out a metric shitload of boar.
Yes, I did manage to catch that information.
The tail should help out a little bit, and now you've got a little bit more of a little more teeth than you used to.
Oh, yes, it is prehensile, isn't it? He moves he wiggles the tail around, so he's basically wagging it. It's fun. I like this. This is a decent shape.
Yeah.
Quite good. All right. He crawls back up on your shoulder. He tries to sit like a normal owl. He doesn't. He flops. He rearranges, so he's draped across your shoulder. There we are. Much better.
All right. Mara, how you feeling?
I'm fine. Why was that?
You ready to go kill about 200 boar?
Yeah.
All
We're waiting on Dolus.
Yeah, any second.
Dolus. You do find some bolts.
Cool.
You find 20 more.
Okay.
An elf. You are directed to an elf who has collected many of the weapons of people who came through the portal, and he gives you some bolts. He thanks you for your help in the war as he gives them to you, and you return to the group.
Cool. Just nod to him. I come back. I'm already loading a bolt into my crossbow. As I rejoin the group, I look up and immediately point my crossbow.
No! Aldrich! It's Aldrich!
He
It's
goes down, ducks back behind him, so you can't see any. He slithers down your shirt. Oh, I do have claws now, don't I?
No!
There's a dragon on your back.
It's Aldrich!
Do you have a problem with dragons?
Put the crossbow down.
Well, his feathers floop up out of the collar as just the top of his head peeks out over the shoulder and just... Hello, Sir Dolus.
My apologies, Sir Aldrich.
It is quite
I
fine.
do recognize you.
Fluffs his feathers. He sits back on the shoulder. Quite all right. Shall we, as they say, kick some bass?
Yeah.
You're doing so well, buddy.
All right.
Excellent.
Let's. We'll head off to go hunt.
I would like each of you to make your own separate survival check.
Oh, hell yeah.
And DM me your results.
Okay.
Okie dokes.
And during that time, Twink, you are with Madame O'Fair. She gives you a rundown of everything they're working on. Currently, for the last 2 days, they've just been in crisis mode, dealing with all of the refugees. They haven't done any work on any of their projects. She even says that they were in the middle of making your furniture for the house when all that happened, which is why you don't have any chairs, you just have boxes.
Right.
As far as the hot springs goes, they have, using the tunnel that Alina made to dig her way out last time, they have begun reinforcing it so that it doesn't cave. It was shockingly stable already. Apparently Alina is quite good with stonework.
I see.
And they have fully mapped out the interior and cordoned off any areas of the volcano that are either too hot from the steam or just dangerous because of the rocks. But it's been a lot of general prep, and then they kind of had to start dealing with the boars, and then all this happened. So it's just not a significant amount has been done since you left, other than the construction of your house and a few upgrades to the other buildings to make them stand up to the weather a bit better.
Oh, this will go so much better once we start getting some actual ores and metal in here.
That would be quite good. Yes.
It shouldn't take long.
Well, assuming that Messias comes through and brings metal that we can process, that would be fantastic. Did you tell her that Illis offered you a bunch of magical seeds that would grow trees?
No, that'll be at the meeting tonight.
Okay, got it. And she's like, I suppose our next order of business probably going to be a construction of an airship port.
That's not. I mean, I don't think that is necessary yet, but I think we should first figure out the refugee situation. That number one, obviously.
Well, luckily a lot of them can cast Goodberry, so they are all well maintained for the time being. Water is the real issue because they can't go as long without it, and our well only puts out so much. Do you have any more of the cores that made up the basis of our ship? If we were to use that magical energy, perhaps we could create a machine that purifies water. Otherwise, crafting a core would require crystals and gemstones that I personally don't have on hand.
What kind of gemstones?
It would have to be something pure enough. Jet, onyx, diamond, perhaps a high enough quality of sapphire or emerald would do, but it would have to be distinctly pure.
Onyx or jet?
Yes.
Typically, would be like in the mountain.
Well, true. If we started mining, we could see if there is any in the mountain. There is
But
also...
I have a person that's an earth elemental, like Alina could go do that.
Yes, Alina. No, I know Alina. I have. Gosh, she came wandering into the guild, having come back from Tiok, wanted to learn all sorts of things. Now she is running off with all of you. Goodness. Yes, I'm certain she could check. Onyx and jet are rare, especially on islands like this, but it is not impossible.
I mean, I know onyx is. I obviously don't know. I read a lot about gemstones and stuff, but I know that onyx is, more formed near, hotter environments.
Yes, that's why it was quite frequent in Shadestep, which was covered in fucking volcanoes. Actual volcanoes. No offense to your volcano, I mean it.
It's not a volcano.
It's not a volcano. It just looks exactly like a fucking volcano. Yes, so, but in the meantime, I guess I'll set Alina on that right now.
Yeah, I mean, she shouldn't be doing anything else.
I'll send her and some artificers up there so they can begin looking for anything we could use as reliable magical cores. If she finds a reliable ore up there as well, we could begin. We could turn the side of the mountain into a quarry if need be.
At the very least, clay and stone will be useful. So
That's true. Yes.
Another thing that we need to discuss.
Yes.
I mean, you can't do this forever.
Do what forever?
Run everything.
I mean, I ran 2 guilds back in Shadestep. That's nothing any other member of the council could say.
Right? I'm not saying your experience is invaluable. I'm saying it's unreasonable to expect it of you.
Well, I would like to, as soon as in economics are established, to get paid.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, as soon as an economic anything is established.
Also, as soon as your house is done, I would love to remodel the loft I built for myself here in the workshop. It is quite ramshackle at the moment. I'm used to lovely silks and plushes, and all I was able to bring with me was my pillow, and your injured elf friend is currently using it.
Right. So he'll be here probably longer than the rest, just so you know.
I won't be getting my pillow back anytime.
You can take it back whenever you want. He's a soldier of the Westwood. He's slept on the ground many a times. He will be fine.
It's like taking a toy away from a puppy dog, so...
Do I need to do it?
No, I can do it. It's fine. You'll be much ruder than I will.
Anyways, when I get to Yubua, I'll be able to make his arm there. And then when I get back, he'll be able to leave.
Yes, you have mentioned you have an artificer friend in Yubua. How do you... Who is... Do you know the Artificer Guild in Yubua?
Oh, he's not a part of their guild.
Ah. Right. A random artificer in Yubua.
Well, he's not random. I know him.
No offense to you, Twink, but there are plenty of artificers here. Why don't we just try to work on his arm once we have materials?
I will get the materials there to make it. The materials here need to be used for here. It's not needed for that.
That's
Not yet.
understandable. I'm so tired, Twink. It's been such a long 2 weeks.
Well, that's why I'm telling you. It's unreasonable to think that you're going to do this, you know, because I'm leaving again.
Yeah, that is true. Vilvorm is speaking with his people to see if they can help with the repairs of your ship. Not his people, their people. I apologize, that was insensitive. On a roll today with being a bad person, goodness.
Regardless of that, we need to figure out how to establish leadership aside from yourself in the town.
Within the town itself, once the refugees are gone, there are only 110 people. Assume that the number will grow. However, I do not know at what rate it will grow.
Well, 5,000 refugees. I mean, even if 1% of them decide they like it here, it's 50 more people.
Well, in the actual guild itself, Huan often runs the workshop when I am not present. Although I don't think she has any wherewithal for political situations at all. I'm pretty sure if I put her in war talks, she would try and set something on fire.
So, nobody here is ready for anything
No,
aside from you and myself.
Yes, absolutely.
So basically, what I'm saying
they're
is,
artificers. They're
yes, and that's
antisocial.
fine. I wasn't the expectation. I guess what I'm saying is, if you have anyone who would be, you should reach out to them.
Well, I already sort of reached out to a lot of people when I fled Shadestep, and none of them have showed up yet.
You know
so...
more people than people in Shadestep.
I knew people in the Westwood back when I lived there as a child, but then I moved to Shadestep, and I haven't really gotten out since then, because as I stated previously, artificers are antisocial. I knew, I worked with some artificers in Altairi briefly. I worked with some artificers in Yubua.
We need contacts who aren't artificers.
I didn't really get out of my social circle.
You are two guilds. 2 guilds.
Yeah, the other one was the Medicine Guild.
Sure, you met probably a bunch of people doing that.
A lot of clerics, a lot of missionary. I know some missionaries. I guess they are sort of politicians for the Westwood. There's a... Alright, there's one I can send a message. I can have Alina send a message to They live on the slopes in Shade Steppe. They're not a part of the politics currently, but they used to be. She's an old friend. She might serve well for the management of a town. She used to run a city on the west side of the country. So
I'm gonna lay down my plan tonight of what I expect we will grow into.
hope your plan is reasonable.
No, it's the only thing that I could think of that wasn't centered around decisions from one person.
Fair enough. Well then, I shall continue my monitoring of the situation, and would you care to accompany me as I do my rounds, Twink?
Yeah,
So
it's
that
probably good for
The
everyone to see
people
my
may
face.
meet you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, I mean, you're the one who decided to lie and say you were the leader of a country.
Consequences.
The consequences of your action. You sowed the seeds, and now you may reap them. Come.
Yeah.
So, the rest of you have all been out hunting.
Yeah.
So, you found boar pretty easily. They were not super difficult to find. There are a lot of them. So as you entered that area, there were the clear, there's clearly been squabbles between boar. There's lots of areas where they've sharpened their tusks on trees. The signs of a lot of boar are very obvious on the landscape as you approach. And you begin the lovely task of hunting them. Doc, you rolled the lowest. You're muted, by the way. Okay, there you go. You definitely managed to get a few with magic, and you get a couple of them with the hour when you summon it as need be. Aldrich helps you. Every now and then this tiny little dragon just flies out and claws out the eyes of a boar.
Great.
He's used to being a bird. That's kind of what they do.
The fact that I rolled a 15 and still rolled lowest. God damn.
Oh yeah. So then we move on to the next lower with Mara. Mara, you rolled the next lowest.
Damn.
Yep. Flying around, or not flying around, walking around. You're really familiar. You're really familiar with the boar, but also they don't like you. Every time you are more than 10 feet away from Dolus, they try and attack you specifically. You get the clever girl moment in Jurassic Park where you're hunting one boar and another rushes you from the side. You are getting bullied by these things. But you're also good with animals. So you manage between Vine Whip and daggers and other spells to wrangle yourself your own fair amount of boar. Lotus, the next lowest. You are fast, and you have a shotgun. I don't think I really need to say much else. So, as there are the three guys sort of bushled up attacking boars, Lotus is just zipping around the woods around you all, just blasting away any boar she comes across. Occasionally just flying up to one and being like, hello, and chopping, just key chopping it into a stun, and then killing it really quickly with Kyle. It is fast and hectic and very frightening to anybody who's witnessing. And last but certainly not least, the Boar Slayer himself, who rolled a natural 20. Plus 7. Beating out his sister by 1 point. Dolus, you are like John Wick with your crossbow. It is horrendously accurate. every boar you see that is not already being handled by somebody else takes a crossbow bolt. And if the first one doesn't take it down, you just Eldritch Blast the thing. And then finally at one point, Mara has been sectioned off. He is currently being saved from a boar by Doc. Your sister's a distance away. Everyone's a safe distance away, so you pull out the old familiar trick as a bunch of boar try and rush out of the undergrowth beneath you. You fly up over them, and in a brief flourish, you thunder wave, and you take out a good dozen in one go. All in all, between you all, you managed to slay easily 82 boar. And even despite that, as you are now tired and exhausted after more than an hour of this, scrounging through the undergrowth and collecting them in piles as you go, and going, they are still all over, and you are feeling just worn down.
It's now a good time to mention that we didn't do a lot of hunting in Iceholm.
Oh. If you'd like to return, we can stay stationed out here.
Dolus, you are also tired. You are all tired.
I know.
Okay.
I'm fine.
They hate me so much.
I'm the
God,
Captain America meme where I'm like,
I could do this all day.
Doc is like leaning on Dolus. He's just like, I hate these fucking boar.
Yeah, I think they hate us as well.
They hate me more. You shut the fuck up.
Mara, get back out there. He kind of shoves Mara.
You shove Mara away from everybody?
Like barely,
Oh,
like
no.
enough to get push him like 2 feet ahead of us.
Give me a second.
If a boar goes to attack Mara, I'm just gonna I'm gonna shoot.
Make an attack roll because there's a boar lunging out of the bushes at Mara.
Okay, where's my character sheet? Why do I not have it?
Yeah, Mara, you get shoved towards a bush, and immediately out of it, just the boar's like...
When it comes out,
running
Doc's just like,
towards
oh!
That's 12 plus
Damn it.
6.
Yeah, no, you, again, like from the hip, just boom, and just and it slides to a stop, like in front of Mara.
That's 83 boar.
Picks up the boar and
Got
just
us one
throws it
more.
onto the boar pile.
There is a boar pile.
I'm so tired, but it's so fun.
Are you guys gonna stay and attempt to continue hunting?
We could have used the death cannon.
The what?
Just a big gun, just blow the whole thing up.
Alright. You think we should maybe... we could maybe take a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
Get a group together to retrieve
The boar.
all of these boar.
Gesture to the many piles scattered around the woods within,
What if-
like, the few acres around you you've been deboring.
Kaeli's not around, right?
What? No, she has.
Put him in the ring.
Dude!
There's too many. The ring's not big enough to fit all of these boar.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am very sure.
Try.
No.
Just try anyways.
No. I still have to live in there sometimes.
You could just pull him out later. It's fine.
I don't want boar blood all over the furniture.
But just...
You can't wait. How does it work? Wait. How does it work?
Just...
What do you mean?
Just
Why
one
is
of
there
you...
furniture in there?
What do you... Have I not explained this before?
I don't know if you have.
It's a room. There's a room inside. It's a cylindrical room, and it has furniture.
Just can you control the room?
No. It's just a room I can access. It's not a demiplane.
Why do you want to be in there anyways?
Oh my god.
It's a nice room.
It is very
Can
comfortable.
two of you please just go get people and we will stop the rest from eating?
Well, so the thing is, I don't think you will need to. If I stay here, they won't even come close.
Then
Also,
Lotus
Doc,
take
you don't
Mara,
know
'cause
about the eating
I
thing.
don't know about the eating. Then we'll just hold the rest of them off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to hold any of them off. You can go back and rest. I'll just stay here. They won't come close.
Lotus is already starting to like jog off and into a fly.
Go rest, Duckery. There's still a room.
Really lopsided flight off.
Go rest.
distance.
Wait, can you put me in there?
Oh, hold on, wait. What were you saying, Ray?
I was gonna say, in the distance, you guys just hear a shotgun sound, and Lotus comes back carrying a boar.
84.
She like tiredly pulls it onto the pile. Just 84.
Could I put
Boars are heavy, by the way, guys. They're like
very heavy.
they're like 100
remember.
plus pounds.
Yeah, we remember.
Okay.
You're asking if I could pull you in there?
Yeah, like we can just rest in there.
Probably not.
Right. I'll be your guinea pig, but I won't transform into one.
It probably might have been easier if you do. If you transform into a guinea pig, I could put you in my bag, and maybe that will increase your chances of traveling with me.
Oh.
All right.
No.
Well,
Doc just looks at Aldrich, just like,
I do not know.
okay.
I'll walk over to Mara and just kind of like walk over tiredly, just like put my arm around him, and then I just hold my hand out. I'm like, Dockery, catch, and I'm gonna go into the ring.
You go into the ring.
Does Mara?
Mara does not come with you. The ring just kind of.
Doc just like fumbles really quickly to try and catch the ring.
You catch it.
I'm in the ring. Has anything
Alone.
changed since the last time I've been here?
You enter the ring. There are a few arrows scattered about on the ground. A few silver arrows.
Silver arrows.
Mm-hmm. You recognize them from Lorelei's vast stash of weapons.
I just look down and just how many arrows are there?
Like 7,
Okay.
maybe 8. If you search under the couch, if you put that energy in.
Sure. I'll just kind of clump them together in the corner of the room, and just actually no, I'll take them with me. I'll kind of like hold them under my arm and just wave my hand and show up back next to Mara.
You are holding hands with Doc as you
Let go immediately.
I'm flattered, but
No.
You guys going back to town?
No, I'm staying with the boars.
All right. Everybody else going back to town?
If Dolus is staying, Doc is staying.
Okay.
Mara, Lotus, are you going back to town?
I was already on my way back
Yeah.
to town.
Well,
She already left.
But then you came back with another boar.
And left
And then I
again.
left
Alright.
again.
Yeah.
I'm staying here.
All right.
Why? Cool.
Lotus, you get back to town with some difficulty because of your tiredness. But you do get back to town. You see Twink there talking to a crowd of artificers who seem to be asking him about his experience working in the Artificer Guild in Altairi.
Twink. Twink. We killed 84 boar.
How many more were there?
A lot.
Yeah. Yep.
How are we getting them back to town?
Over like leans in. She's like, "We built a cart.
A what?
A cart.
A what?
A cart. A C-A-R-T.
Oh God. Okay. Good.
Screw
That
you!
is-
I have an accent."
Right, but it was. I had to make sure because I couldn't give that to her.
I fucking hate you.
What?
You're fine.
They built a card.
There is a cart. We will get Dormal and some other of our larger folk.
Lachlan. Lachlan would be good.
Oh yes, the big fellow. I'll get right on that. And Over like walks away.
Okay, well, the other, they're all waiting by the board. So,
So what are you gonna do, Lotus?
I'm tired.
You look tired, yeah.
We killed a lot of boar.
Yep. Good job.
So do I just wait here for Lachlan and Dormo so I can lead them back?
Is that what you want to do?
No, I want to kill more boar.
Wait, you're tired.
Yeah.
Is anyone else coming back?
I don't know, I think they're all waiting by the boar so that the boar don't eat the boar.
Not sure that that's a worry, but yeah, if you're the only one coming back, then I'm afraid you're gonna have to wait.
Okay. Just kind of sits down and lays down on the ground.
You
Arms
go like, yeah, full like snow angle angel, just boom, like
snow
right
angle?
in
No way.
snow
A
angle.
cute snow angle. You get it? It's a math joke, everybody.
Someone mute Noah.
Disconnect.
Yeah.
Please
So
don't.
you are laying there, just spread out, as all of these artificers are looking to Twink to continue his mini lecture.
Oh, yeah, no, I forgot. So, if you want to create a...
Cut off there,
This
yeah.
happens.
That's happening. Ovair does return with Lachlan and Dormo, who then go around the back and get a cart, and then Lachlan picks Lotus up and puts her in the cart. She's like,
It's like a kid in a shopping cart.
and then you guide them out towards where all of the boar had been
That
slaughtered.
way.
If I see a boar, I'm going to throw a dart at it.
You don't see any boar until you get there. And when you get there, all the boar are already dead. Seems that the large group of boar has moved away from the boar slaughter.
What? I'd rather die.
Lachlan, as he comes over the rise, just like, holy shit.
Oh, thank Bahamut. Doc just flops onto the pile of
I
boar.
thought you were kidding when you said you killed
No,
boar.
we killed 84 boar.
Good
86.
Oh,
You can kill more boar away.
Damn it. Come
Don't
on,
just add
man.
numbers.
2 stragglers.
Ask me for that. Don't just do it.
I was gonna
Fine.
say, I was like, can Doc not count? Like, there were 84. I thought that you just like miscounted.
I had to gamble on it, man.
Dude, gamble on asking me next time. I'm a nice person. So they start loading all of the boar up. Like maybe like a dozen boar in there. Like Lachlan's like, we're gonna have to take several trips.
okay.
Just pat him on the shoulder. Good luck. You're doing good work here.
Are the 4 of you gonna continue hunting, or are you
No.
gonna return to town?
Go back. I'm gonna float back.
This is warm.
Doc is going to find some way to be in the cart with the boar so he doesn't have to walk.
Yeah, Lotus had just shifted to like a corner and she's sitting like this beside the boar.
So you guys are both very cramped in there,
Doc
trying to
is
sit with
lying
all
on
of these
the
boar that are all just... Except Doc, who's lying on top, and Lachlan's like, boar, get down.
He just kind of
Pushes, he pushes you. The moment you hesitate, he just shoves you off the pile of boar.
Sucker.
Shut up.
She can get away with it. She's 2.
Yeah.
That's unnecessary. I'm tired
Sucker.
too, man.
You, don't be mean.
The way she just went, yeah, like she
Sucker.
knew.
Wait, guys, I have an idea.
Hello,
Oh
Mara.
no.
What if I mean, they're clearly mad at me. What if I run through the forest, get a big group of them?
You want to make a stampede of boar into our
Yeah.
nice new town?
You're gonna die.
I'm not gonna die.
Mara, you are, like, if you put any more I'll just level with all of you. If any of you put any more intense physical effort in without a long period of rest, you will be exhausted.
There's always tomorrow, Mara.
Don't die, Mara.
You're not going to die.
Are you sure?
But yes.
Lachlan begins
just-
pulling the cart.
what
He's not entertaining any of this. He's just leaving. Dormo's like, bye, guys.
Mara, I have a question for you. What are you going to do after you have this stampede of boar following you?
Just do the thunder wave. Just that easy.
But you see, Thunderwave, it has a range. I don't know that your whole stampede of angry boar is going to be taken out by that circle range.
Dormo and Lachlan are leaving with Lotus. They are like gone.
Oh, did I get pushed all the way off the cart?
Yeah, he shoved you off! You're a grown-ass man, you walk!
Fine. I'll walk with them.
I bet I could hit them all with a tidal wave.
And then then
Mara,
they go into the
Dolus.
ocean.
As you guys are going back and forth with this, it dawns on you after like maybe a minute or two of this, like, I could do that. No, you did. You're alone in the woods. They left you.
Come on, we can
I have
talk
this
about
spell
it.
called Erupting Earth. That'll erupt out
The
of the
earth?
ground and destroy them.
All right. Okay, and you want to do this now?
Yeah,
Aren't you tired?
kinda.
We can just do it tomorrow. You know, after we've rested, there's no need to do it now. I get that you're excited, but they'll still be here tomorrow. We're on an island, they're not going anywhere. I've started floating back as we have been talking now.
Dolus is just floating slowly away from you, still looking at you, just floating back. You just grab him.
Stop.
What are you? Come on! Don't grab me. Slap his hand.
Stop.
I'm not a balloon. Let me go. I'll float out of his reach.
Thorn with his leg.
Yeah, he's like a
Thorn
proper
with me.
balloon. He's Thorn with his
Now
leg.
you are.
I'm going to pull out my axe and cut the whip.
Dolus is drifting away from you like a balloon away from a child at a fair.
Mara, you don't want to be left alone in the forest.
Mara, as he is drifting away from you, as he finally like vanishes over a tree behind you, you hear just
Oh no. Oh no.
in the bushes. You just hear snorting.
I'll float a little bit back and check to see if he's starting to follow.
I'm standing my ground.
He's gonna die.
God, I hope Mara dies to a bunch of boar.
I hope you die for this.
He just
Mara.
gets mauled.
Do you want to roll initiative? Or should I just hit you? Should I just hit you? Because I'm about to hit you. I rolled high enough that they're about to hit
18
you.
initiative.
God. So,
Should I roll initiative?
no, I was just saying that to humor him.
Yeah.
So the first 3 boar rolled high enough that they're all gonna just smack you as they rush out of
God.
the bushes. You're gonna take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as
Oh,
the first
God.
one knocks you to the ground and the next 2 trample over you.
26 points of boar damage. You're gonna die for this. You deserve this.
I'm gonna shoot the boar.
You can shoot a boar.
I can shoot 2 boars.
You can shoot 2 boars, that's fine. You have enough time for that.
Yeah, as I'm floating away.
Alright. Mara, you have enough time to do one thing before the next 3 boar come out of the bushes.
It's
Do I know they're coming my way?
You could hear many boar coming at you, and there are the
Going
3
to
that
erupt
already
the
ran over
earth
you.
in that
You
direction.
killed 2 boar, Dolus.
I'm
One
gonna come down and pick Mara up in my talons.
You don't have enough time to shoot the
I'm gonna
boar and do
try.
that yet.
All right, I'm gonna try on my next turn. I'm gonna come.
All right,
down
your
and
next
pick it up.
micro turn. You start flying down. Mara, what are you doing? Come on. There are boar coming.
Erupting earth in the direction that I hear them.
What do I have to do for erupting earth? It's a save, right?
I should have read that before I
Is
cast
it?
it.
What do you mean you should have? Yes, it's a
Dex
save.
17, Dex 17.
They succeed.
Yes!
Roll damage.
Did you just cast a like
25.
third level spell against?
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, those boar are dead as a chunk of land just shoots up at jagged angles. There is enough time for that's all you get to do before the first boar that hit you that wasn't shot turns around and hits you again for another 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
You're gonna die to a bunch of boar, you moron!
Do you have one more thing you'd like to do before Dolus grabs you, because he's coming to grab you?
Tidal wave.
Okay, you just tidal wave out into the woods as Dolus grabs your shoulders and pulls you up into the sky, like angrily shaking your fist at these boars as you're like there's blood on your face.
God.
It's like the old man yells at Cloud.
Yeah,
Man.
exactly.
Old elf yells at
I
Pig.
want everyone at home to know that Mara just got chunked for more than half his HP by 3 boar that jumped him.
So I'm floating Mara away. I am staying a distance up in the air that Mara would know that if he tried struggling and getting out of my talons, he would fall to his death.
I'm just pouting.
You guys, as you are flying away, there's a lot of angry, like, squealing and, like, snorting coming
I'll
from the
just
woods
fire
below you.
a crossbow bolt blindly into the woods as like a warning shot.
You fire your warning shot and you hear a scared squeal. The squeals grow more distant as you return to town. Twink,
Cool.
the carriage arrives first with boar. They start getting unloaded. While they're getting unloaded, Dolus floats, not flies, floats over the tree line with Mara just in his arms and also
Bloodied.
beat to shit.
What the fuck?
Bye.
I got a few of them.
We left you alone for like 2 minutes.
They don't like me. I don't like them.
You're a druid.
Are you all gonna prepare for your dinner and meeting?
Hold
Well,
on.
what's your
Let me continue this
fourth
conversation.
sassy remark for today, huh? Sword boy? Dragon boy?
You got the shit beat out of you by a bunch of pigs.
Yeah? I don't see you going out there and fighting them like I did. You maybe hit like 4 of them.
You were down in the trenches.
Time boy.
You know what? I have a message to deliver you. I'm gonna sock Mara in the face.
I am still floating above you.
That's fine. The second you
As
put him
soon
down.
as Mara gets within range, he's getting socked out
Yeah.
of your talent. Make an attack roll.
Okay. Hey, Mara.
Huh?
So 23 hit?
Yeah.
Mara's
you're
getting
taking 5
lowered.
points.
He's like, "You fucking dragon boy, you stupid!" He just gets decked out of your hands, Dolus. Mara, you just get laid out in the dirt.
I'm gonna get up and shillelagh him in the stomach.
Oh my god! Make a melee attack. Well, make a shillelagh attack. All the artificers are watching this happen next to
God
Twink.
damn it, 12.
Yeah, you don't hit.
You shillelagh and you miss. Doc just like flips you off.
I'm gonna float over to Lotus and like have her get up and just kind of like put my hand on her back and like start leading her away.
Stop being stubborn. When the fight is over, it's over.
You guys are just tussling in the dirt, and then Lachlan comes over and picks you both up by the back of the neck and just lifts you into the air.
Doc makes no effort to fight back. He's just like,
Thorn whip.
I get it.
You thorn whipping Doc?
No, I'm thorn whipping him. Doc. Yeah, Doc.
Okay, yeah.
Fine, you can do that.
There we go. 27.
He hits.
Can't believe this is happening.
5 damage.
Mara, you get like a whip across, or not Mara, Doc, you get like a whip across the arm.
The girls are
Lachlan
fighting.
turns you both away from each other as you're both like struggling in his hands.
I'm not struggling. I accepted fate when I got
Okay.
picked up.
I'm
like a
laughing.
cat when you grab him by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, Dormo's just like, small people are fighting, Twink.
Doc is sitting there. Is he facing Twink? When I got turned away.
Doc would be on the Twink side, but he is not like facing him. You'd have to turn your head, which you can't currently do.
Doc's
You are
standing
being
there.
held by the back of the head, like Thanos holding Thor at the beginning of Infinity War.
Aldrich just kind of shows up in front, and Doc's just like, I could kill him. I could. I'm not going to, but I could.
Do you want me to put them in corners, or I could put this one in the pen with the boar? He like jostles Mara around.
Lachlan,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
All right. And puts you down slowly. Stay on that side of me though. He's wily.
Okay. He walks over to Twink.
I kind of look at him and I go, "What the fuck was that?"
He was being
Wait, look at
mean.
who?
Doc. I was looking at Doc. In the middle of the street? Make a big scene?
He was the one yelling at me.
You punched him in the face. You started the whole fight.
That's how we get things
It's
done.
true,
in the
you
nights.
did.
You beat it up, you call it a day, you're good to go the next day.
You don't do it in public.
The artificers all kind of start whispering to each other in the back. It's okay, kid. He like pats you on the head.
In private, don't care what happens. But these people look up to us. And all you did was make us look weak.
I mean, you might have made you look strong. That was a hell of a punch.
Yeah, but yes, but as a leadership level, it's not good to see fighting amongst themselves.
That's a very valid point. Are you done? He like turns Mara back to him.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
All right, he puts you down.
Lotus kind of leans over to Dulles, like,
Are they fighting? Like, is this like, are they like mad at each other?
I think they're just really tired.
Oh, okay.
And I think we all could use a little rest before we have dinner.
Okay. Twink yelling at them reminds me of Raiden yelling at scolding us.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
So, you all end up going inside. Doc and
says his
Mara.
sorries before
Yeah.
he walks.
Doc
off.
and Mara do. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry."
Does
No, Doc said he's sorry.
Yeah, Mara?
did not.
No,
Oh.
Mari doesn't.
Mara
Like, I
turns
feel
his
like
nose
thanks.
up a little. Thanks. Oh God.
Just keep walking.
Doc,
over
you feel
here.
it. You feel as though you have misjudged whether or not this is like the Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah. You entered. You all settle down around the table. Twink, you reassure the artificers that your party doesn't usually deck each other in the schnoz.
I probably actually didn't do that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I probably didn't bring. Unless they did, I did not bring it back up.
Oh, they didn't. They just.
Yes,
They had a great show.
Yeah, if nobody says anything about it, I don't bring it back up.
Yeah, so then they don't say anything. You just finish your quick little lecture, and Auvert and Lorelei are near to the front. Like an hour later, everyone can get a short rest. You are all less at risk of ending up exhausted by the end of the day. You have spent a lot of the day hunting boar. You all settle in for dinner and a meeting with the party, as well as the current leadership of Twinktania, which consists of Twink, Auvert, and Lorelei, who has stepped off the ship finally.
Oh, we're there with them.
Yeah, you're all around the table.
Oh,
I'm
you said
gonna
we got a
walk
long
up to
rest?
Lorelei.
You get a short
Short
rest.
rest.
Short rest.
I
And
walk up to
Hey, it's a good try, though.
Lorelei. I'm gonna walk up to Lorelei and pull out the arrows and just hold them in front
oh
of
my
her.
god, my babies! She like takes them off.
Okay.
There were like 3 dozen more of these.
More might show up. I don't know.
Oh,
I'll let you know if they do.
it's like a present on Snow Turn.
They might show up. I don't know.
I don't.
I know, that's the best part. You're like, I don't know, and you beat it like you don't know.
She sets them on the table next to her plate as you are all served boar.
Utensils.
Doc cleaned up for the meeting, by the way, because he knows he looks rough.
Mara healed himself.
I have
That's
not.
a
cleaned
rest.
up. I got a short rest, and I'm a warlock, so that means everything.
Yeah.
That is accurate, yes.
I didn't burn a single thing. All I did was rock Mara in the face.
One good punch.
What's for
Yeah. For dinner is boar that has been filleted, and it looks like it was just cooked over a fire. And there's not much else to go with it. There's some clusters of good berries and like cups of water around the table.
Before anyone starts eating, I'm gonna like lean over to Mara and just kind of like nudge him, just like, Mara,
Yeah.
can you check for poisons?
Oh. Don't eat!
Over is like about to put a berry in her mouth, and she's just like,
It's for
I'm
the
just
best.
I was gonna straight up cast detect poison and disease. Or no. Let's just purify and feed.
"You're just gonna purify."
Yeah.
All right.
Or I'm
There's
gonna make sure it's all get. I can
Mara
land it all.
stands up and, like Jesus turning water to wine, waves his hand over the cups, and they all shimmer for a moment, and then the water is super clean and clear.
Wait, so was there poison?
Yeah, but
I don't know. I just purified it.
Like,
Doesn't matter. I'm hungry.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Purify the food?
to
Got the food in his
Yeah,
big
food and
gesture.
water and drink, anything that we can.
But it would have been nice
So
to
now
have
we don't
known.
know if she's here.
If who's here? Wait, is the food poisoned?
Talk about it in the meeting.
Lorelei's like, wait, you didn't tell her that my sister's trying to poison all
I
of us?
told him to tell her.
Is it the meeting now? Like Lorelei's like pissed off.
I do take a piece of boar.
I have been
put it in my
responsible
mouth.
all day and have only gotten in trouble.
Shut up!
I'll make a piece of bread in my hand and take a bite.
Lotus and Dolus are eating. Mara's awkwardly sitting there.
We shall start with Lorelei's sister. We all know, Madame Avert, you should know that she is a master poisoner
Oh,
and can shapeshift.
Oh. Well, I mean, she's your sister, so that's, you know, that shouldn't. I mean, why don't you just like talk to her? Oh, that won't work. Why won't that work? Oh, because we agreed like a long time ago to stay out of each other's, you know, like the griffin that we discovered here today. There's like a territory, like an area that's just like no go, don't enter. But it's like that with me and my family members. And the Westwood was her territory, and I entered it, and I was hoping she wouldn't realize I had entered it, but it turns out she was in fucking Sanctuary, which someone didn't tell me until we had already left Sanctuary. And yeah, so she knows she's probably gonna try and kill all of us because I have slighted her.
She's not going to kill all of us. She owes me 32,000 gold.
I swear to I'm fine. I'm not mad. She just starts shoveling like boar in her mouth, and Aver's like, okay, so I am not supposed to eat anything that I do not know the proper origins of.
You're
Or you can
probably
come to-
fine. She's not going to poison us. There's nothing to gain.
Okay. What's the next point of business? Now that I know to be constantly on edge for everything that I try to eat.
I guess the next point of business will be the floating islands. What did we figure out about that?
Oh, yes. So, me and Lotus went and surveyed. As was mentioned just prior, there is a griffin on one of the islands, the largest one, that seems to possibly be nested there. It seemed territorial when I landed, but did not attack me. It seemed more just trying to be on the defensive. As well as there are islands, sort of floating islands, sort of all over, smaller ones in different areas, floating over the Feywild area, as well as the large Spring Mountain. And the one closest to our encampment here has what seems to be, on my inspection, an endless spring of water that is coming out of the ground and flows off of the island and sort of mists down.
Oh, there's also like these things called arrowhawks.
All right, the arrowhawks are also there.
Are they dangerous?
They're
Well,
pests,
yeah.
easily handled with.
Back home, if I'm remembering right, Dulles, like there's like we hunt them, and
Right.
like they can get like really big, and I think some of them that we saw were about like twink size.
Large birds, the size of twink. All right.
Right.
Yeah, they're like
They get bigger though.
Yeah, they can get pretty big.
They have 4 wings. Gross looking faces.
Doc, what?
How do we know Ver's not Vala?
Well, I am Voila.
Oh, right. Her name is Vala. Voila, I can't say it.
Voila over.
Yes, that's it. Very confusing, but
Lorelai's like-
Vala is the name of Lorelai's sister.
Voila and Vala. Yes, that is my name is Voila. 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 Over.
How do we
Lorelai.
know she's not Lorelai's sister?
How do I know you're not Lorelai's sister?
Would
Well, I
Lorelai's
did not
sister
know-
punch her in the face?
We're not gonna talk about this every goddamn time we sit down to have a meeting with someone.
We haven't tested her.
We don't need to
She was
test her.
here before
She was
we
here the
got
whole
here.
fucking time.
I'll fucking test myself. I met all of you at a ball where we were assaulted by a bunch of crazed revolutionaries in Shadestep. Twink killed dozens of men. Is that good? Does that work?
What?
Oh yeah, you don't know that.
Lotus
me-
axe kicked a man in half with his own knife.
Yep, that happened.
Lorelai's like, that was my knife.
Oh yeah, I went spider that time. That was great.
Have we ever sat down and discussed that?
Do we need to?
Why was the ball attacked?
And
pretty
Sodden
sure I
was
yeah, it
going
was-
to investigate revolutionaries, cultists,
Shadestep
something.
revolutionaries or something like
we,
that.
we didn't get into it. He became a piece of shit and I left the country, so I don't know.
Well, right, but if there were revolutionaries against Sodden, and we are also against Sodden,
At the time, we weren't against Sodden though.
right? I just realized that I never even thought about why that happened. Just goes too caught up in the moment.
Yeah, nothing for us to worry about though. Unfortunately, I mean, there's a lot to think about it, but it doesn't really affect us in any way, shape, or
There
form.
was also the assassination of an emperor, apparently by an Arakakra, that was never read into. Yes, you weren't there for that. You don't need to let your mouth open every single time we say something. People live lives outside of you.
Right, the emperor
dock.
of the emperor of the Stonekeeper Empire was assassinated in Shadestep.
Doc just kind of puts his hands in his lap and lowers his head. He's done.
Okay. All right. So endless water spring.
And this water spring, a sister of our admiral who wants us all dead. The boar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of already discussed the boar.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what we can do about the endless water spring. It's
We
so
could,
far away.
If with the help of the birds, we could set up a pulley system in the meantime, or
That's
maybe
so
can the
far,
island
though.
move? Could your airship tow it over the farm?
Here's my concern. I mean, if we could tow it over the farm, maybe, but the problem becomes what happens if it goes away
But then,
When
of
all
course,
is
if the
said and
water is
done.
gone,
and it's just gone.
then we'd have to up our irrigation system.
Right? We should just do that.
Well, I mean, we can still do that and have some valves set up to turn on if the spring is ever gone. Just saying that while there is an airship here, we may as well attempt to move the endless supply of water over our current source of non-boar-based food.
Yeah. Worth an attempt. Starloss, you want to work on that tomorrow?
Sounds good.
Okay. Gotta deal with the boar tomorrow, but that'll be after all the ship stuff. What are we gonna do on that?
Well, it's like,
Lorelei,
I don't know why you're looking at me.
you need to make yourself more visible.
No,
We'll never find her.
I don't want to find her.
Then she'll be here forever.
Oh God,
If we don't find her, she'll find you.
I don't know how to. I don't.
Wait a minute.
What?
Looks at Dolus again. Looks at Lotus. Can either of you disguise yourself as Lorelei?
I shake my shoulders, and almost like it looks like dust falls off of me, and then it's like I'm just sitting there and I look like Lorelei.
We can also
Mildly
go this route as well.
Do I really?
Lotus pauses and concentrates really hard, and for a moment she looks like Lorelei before she returns to looking like Lotus.
I can only do that once a day. For
She
an hour.
looks like a slightly smaller Lorelei, and then just flums back to herself.
All
I'm
right.
still
Well,
sitting there looking like Lorelei. I'm eating as Lorelei.
but it is possible we could just go that route.
It won't work. It won't. She'll know it's not
How's she gonna know it's not you?
because I would know it's not me.
All right. Well, then I guess it's you.
God damn it. Can you magically make yourself smell like me?
Is she scent based in her senses?
Yeah, we have a really, really good sense of smell. We basically don't need to see within a certain distance of ourselves.
By the way, I just kind of wave my hand in front of myself, and I'll look like what Vala looked like in the shop back when we met her, because I did see her.
Why does
Like,
she
by
look
the way,
so
this-
young?
This is what she looked like.
Ugh.
Lorelei,
What?
it would really just be easier if you told us what you were so we know what to look for.
It won't help.
Can we know anyways? Please?
I will help catch my sister tomorrow.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll help you catch my sister. I'll wander around town. I'll walk off into the woods all by my lonesome. An innocent waif. Oh, ripe for the slaughtering by my evil sister. Yeah, no, I can help.
I hate to be a bitch about it. So for the next thing, we need to discuss Twinktania's future leadership.
I mean, I have the Navy covered,
Yep. Yep.
assuming I don't die tomorrow.
Well, then I'll just make your sister.
She doesn't know how to run a normal ship.
We have an airship now.
Right, yeah, totally knows how to run airships.
I can help train knights. My dad was the captain. I was supposed to take over.
Yeah, not super worried about that at the moment. I guess more or less I just want to lay out the plan of what we will be looking for.
Okay, like pats you on the shoulder, Doc, as you lower your head again.
So basically, my idea is that we will have a guild-based government. Basically, a council of guild masters who will make decisions for the people, because the people are who buys their goods. And then, obviously, I will oversee that, but yeah. Right now, we've got Madame Auvert, so
It's like the
guild
Westwood,
master.
but you're above it all.
Right. It's also that's how things were back in our tribe in the elemental plane of air. There was sort of a council of people who governed.
Right. It works well in smaller,
Societies.
yeah. Which will cause issues later on, potentially, but I don't know. That's a issue for later, Twink. Anyways, we would have to establish all the different types of guilds and potential leaders, so something we should be wary of, especially during our travels. Or
Right.
potential allies that we already know, if anybody has anyone. Yes, Lotus. If we could convince him to, I'd be more than happy to have Raiden come here.
Wait,
If we could ever...
wait. I'm gonna pull out my sending spoon. This is early, but I mean, I can ask Maya right now if, like, she's found Raiden.
Huh?
Has she been looking?
Well, she said that she settled down into her home like 2 days ago, so she's probably been looking. I did tell her to look for her.
Okay. I suppose you could, yes.
Yes, I'd love to hear from the Princess of Dragon Lost. Go, go, go.
Okay. Do the enchantment with the sending spoon. Maya! Hi. We're in a super important council meeting right now. Madame Auvert says hi. Have you found Raiden yet? Ba-doop.
You got one more.
You don't need to.
You got one more. You got one more.
Bread.
Okay.
Why did you say bread at the end?
Well, Prince said, it's a limited words. And, like, I've been able to numeric, like, 25 words. I want to make the most of it.
And so you went with bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, she also said boopity boopity boop.
Right, it's Oren. I'm just kidding.
Sure it is.
Doc, what were you about to say?
I had a friend in Falcon's Point. She was a bounty hunter along with me and Hick. We lost track of her because she was supposed to meet with the boat when, before we got captured. I don't know where she is, but she could run a guild here if need be.
What could she run? What is her
Bounty hunters.
profession?
She's a paladin. I mean, she's high and mighty, truly. At the end of the
Right.
day, she could
But
train
what is she bringing to the town?
defenses. She could train people probably better than me.
We don't have a defensive guild. That's not a thing. It doesn't
Well-
offer anything to the people.
Actually, if we establish bounty hunters here, send people out, acquire bounties, they bring in passive income over time, in turn we give them an island paradise to live in.
Hell, they could even help with the boar issue.
I'll
The
have
odds
to
we
meet this
find
person.
her.
Yeah, I'll have to meet this person, but if you can reach out in any way, do it.
I'll make a list of people who Alina must contact tomorrow. So give me her name and any details you can later tonight, and we shall see.
Will do.
Any other important matters of business?
Do I get a response?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of already addressed the griffin, but
Well,
Say-
no, it's a good point you bring up the griffin. We should take some of the boar up there to it so that it establishes that it is food.
yeah.
It gets used to using that as its food source.
Take one or two up there that are already dead, alongside one or two that are alive. Hopefully they don't fall off the island. I guess it's not the end of the world if they fall off the island. But the griffin will hopefully, due to its hunger from suddenly being in a new plane and not attacking things, will eat the meat, get a flavor for it, and presto, 2 birds, 1 stone. Paraphrasing. No, not you. No.
Yeah.
No.
Dolus and Lotus are just kind of like glaring at her.
No, it's just a saying. Do not. Anyways, yes, Griffin settled. Fantastic. I guess we will begin preparing in case the Griffin does not enjoy the boar, and we have to do something about the Griffin.
Does anybody else have anything that they would like to bring up?
Lotus, your spoon rattles, and you all hear, "How is Twinktania doing? I'll send an order to my guard to begin scouring the aisles for your Raiden. Let me know if he's dangerous." And then it goes quiet.
Always
Guess
fun
she
food.
hadn't started looking.
It's only been a few days, so.
He probably also has more pressing things to worry about.
I'd imagine so. Nation
Dragon
show.
lost his a center point of elemental energy already before this started happening. I can't even imagine what it looks like today.
Oh, and something else could be brought up, just to keep you in the know, Madame Aubert. In case you weren't informed before, we did end up killing another of the clones of ourselves.
Oh yes, Twink told me about your daring adventures killing him.
Yes. There's only 3 of them left, I believe.
So I have to look out for the already dead elf. She points at Lotus, but Anglia. And then the one I haven't met.
And I'll disguise myself, make myself look like Kieran. Looks like this.
Right. I have to keep an eye out for that one.
Fades off.
Perfect. If any Starlost show up, they'll probably kill us because they are immensely more powerful than anyone here. But it will be good to know before I am wiped off of the face of the planet.
All right. As for our next place, I believe once the ship is fixed up and we are well supplied and ready to go, and the refugees are taken care of course, I believe we'll make our way to Yuboa.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe try to track down some.
King Messias.
Well, no, but yes. Our friend is also, well, I believe that.
Our friend?
Archibald.
Oh. I see.
Isn't that also where Ravenloft is?
It is, yes. So I do need to go there and make sure that that is, well, not overrun by mongrels and bandits.
I'm sure King Messias' resources would be well acquainted to help you find anyone. The city of Fort Dawn is the capital of Yuboa, for those who are not aware. It is a post town on the southern tip of the continent. I'm sure your admiral knows how to get there. Lorelei just nods.
Right. It's funny, just for me and Lotus, Yubua used to be sort of our end goal. You know, we wanted to just go to Yubua and find a way to live and settle down, but now it just feels more like another pit stop along the way.
And funny how life does that to you. I never thought I would be establishing a new country on an island the size of the previous city that I was a minister in.
You really
to be
rose
fair,
through the
I have
ranks.
half of another island too.
You're on the half of another. Oh, you told Over about this, right?
She translated a part of it.
She translated part of it, I think, right?
Yeah. So just you're on right, Ravenloft, half of Yubua.
Ravenloft is half of Yubua.
All right. No, I didn't tell any of you that.
What?
Lorelei just
Yeah.
nods. Ravenloft makes up maybe not half, maybe a third, 40% of the northern half of Yubua. A large mountain range.
And you own it?
Got it for 1 gold coin.
I
got
would
it
be
for one-
shocked at this point, but I'm sure I'll get yelled at if I do.
Dolus just like puts his fork down and just sits there at the table like, what?
That's a lot of resources. It would be good.
And
We
to
should
be fair,
establish
it's
a tele. Oh, go.
And yeah, it's already been confirmed by Matthias and, Delilah. It is definitely the
Keep
deed,
an eye.
true ownership.
Matthias is very good about that sort of honorable thing. Keep an eye on Delilah. She may try to.
Oh no, she very much said you should kill me and take it. Like she was very adamant about that when we met.
Yeah, so you just keep an eye on her. She's a little. Well, let's put it this way. She was the Archmage of Yubua when Matthias was a child, and when Matthias's father was a child, and no one appointed her. She basically just became the Archmage of Yubua, and so she's very dangerous. Just no one has ever told her to stop being the Archmage.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, I saw her call meteors from the sky.
Yeah, that was quite frightening.
Why would she, if she has that much power, why would she want to appoint herself as an archmage of a country? Instead of just doing
Resources.
whatever she wants.
And it's a lot easier to acquire resources if you are the Archmage of a country.
But when you're the archmage of the country, you kind of do everything you want anyways.
Right. I can see why Alina has such high aspirations.
Oh yeah, no. Do we take her? She'll fangirl so hard. I'm not sure we can take Alina with us.
I feel like it would be wrong to not take her, honestly.
She lost
And it
her
makes
fucking
me
mind
wanna
when she
do
found
it
out
so
Delilah
bad.
was Eden Shadestep. Like when I was hosting her in the guild, she lost her mind when she found out Delilah was coming for the conference.
How did she act when Delilah arrived for the conference?
Well, we had to, I wasn't there because I was preparing for the conference. But according to Huon and Dormo, there were very high-pitched sounds coming from her room. A lot of anger over not being allowed into the conference. They described it as a squee.
Like a boar?
I do not know.
We can think about that one. All right, but nobody has objections over Yubo being their next destination.
No.
Until
Can
I
we go to
can.
Dragon Lost after?
We'll see. I would love to make that our next destination, but we don't know what will happen.
Listen, until Hick and I are in separate bodies, I think you guys are our best shot of figuring shit out. So,
Right, you are two people in one people. That is interesting.
yeah.
I'm going to go to bed now. This was enlightening. Like a bear stands up.
Did she finish her food?
Good night.
Very well. We'll conclude the meeting here. Very great first meeting.
Fabulous.
Well, I actually did want to bring up maybe 2 places potentially along the way. I was told about an observatory in Zeracin.
I'm not on the way.
Back the way we came, kid.
Back the way we came. Okay.
Yeah,
In
sorry.
Stonekeeper.
And then
I'm pretty sure I've been to that city before. No,
So, like-
maybe it was a city south of it.
Pretty
can't
sure the
remember.
entire Empire would want us dead, so probably off the list.
I guess besides that, I have a little package deal that came with the hair and the clothes and the new circle. I have the star map. Eggle told me it leads to places. Sometimes it changes. Maybe we can go to a few places there. Might have some like treasure.
Right, I mean,
Do
if
you
they're
know
on the
where
way-
those places are?
Well, I pointed Doc. He does have a device that shows me where these possibly would go to.
The astrolabe.
I don't know the exact places though.
We figure out where they are on a map and we can talk about it.
Right, if they're on the way, I don't see the harm in it.
I'm sorry to disagree, but the kid you're looking for is a magic nuke, isn't he?
Nuke
We
is
have-
not a thing.
Yeah.
A magic bomb.
Right, but why does it matter?
You don't think we should put a little bit of urgency into getting him back?
I would love to know exactly where he is at this time, but if I don't, then it's a waste of time. We should prioritize the things that we can do. If it's on the way, we should stop, get the resources we need to be able to find him better, and then continue. Versus
Right.
going to Yuba, wasting our time, and not finding anything.
Lotus?
Didn't Arlashna mention like you had a seeing people thingy?
Yep.
Can we use that to help find him?
I can only see him, so if he's inside a building, I will not recognize it.
Oh,
However, maybe. So, how does that work? Is it sort of just a thing that only you can see him, or anyone who looks at the magical item can see what you're looking
Anyone who looks would be able to see.
Maybe depending on depending on where he is, possibly if we're somewhere with more natives of Yubua, or if with Matthias, and he's somewhere that's not just a cell, you could be able
Wait.
to identify it.
Wait a second. Like Lorelai speaks up. She goes, I think we're looking at this the wrong way. Why spy on Archibald when we can spy on the people who have Archibald captured?
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna suggest. But because last time that we saw Archibald, he was chained up to the floor,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure that probably hasn't changed. So
Scry on fucking Kieran. You got a 50-50 shot. Wait, no, that's a 50-50 shot. Scry on sucks. The other one's dead. You'll get the one you want.
here's the other concern. The other concern is that they find out, they can sense that we're scrying on them, and then they'll know.
No.
How does it work with, like, how can you know? Is it just a thing you can feel, or
It's magic. If you can detect it, then you'll know.
then do it on
Depends.
Lotus?
Why?
She won't be able to detect it.
There's no guarantee she's not magic now.
The other concern is Kieran's the only one we know was with Archibald. We don't know whether the other ones are anywhere near him or not. But we
That's true.
could. I mean, it doesn't hurt. I can do it every day, so... But we also don't know whether, like Doc said, the other version of Lotus could do magic now.
Right.
Why don't you scry on the kid tonight? See if he's still in the same place. Try Lotus tomorrow.
Worst case scenario, all it does is let them know that we're watching. Just heighten their awareness, I guess.
Best case scenario, we know where another Starlost is.
Yep.
And at the
And
end
they
of the
don't
day, end of the day, whether they know or not, it is kind of us versus them, isn't it?
Yeah, but I would like for them not to know.
Twink, sorry, one more question about the scrying. Does that only work if you're on the same plane of existence as them?
Yeah. No. It could be any plane of existence.
Okay, well, because I think I have maybe a vague idea of where the other Lotus might be.
I mean, as long as it's a plane.
No, it's the same plane.
Shit.
Is this different than scrying? Because scrying works on different planes.
No, it doesn't. Scrying specifies on the same plane of existence as you. It's the first sentence.
Then forget I said anything.
Okay.
So then Idolus asks, and he gets a no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, because the other Lotus is most likely in the elemental plane of air.
Well, then that won't help us at all.
When
But
we
if
were,
I do it and it doesn't work, then we at least
Then
know.
we
this-
know.
Yeah. Not
I
here.
was going to say when we were in the demi-plane, with all the doors and all that, I opened a door to her, and I saw her in what looked to be the elemental plane of air. And so I don't know if that was just up her scouting, because whatnot, but that's where she was then. Might not be where she is now.
All right. Well, this is all stuff we can think about and whatnot. So, we'll adjourn the meeting.
I'm gonna go back to my ship. I'm gonna have Eggold hold vigil over my room and make sure my sister doesn't kill me.
What does adjourn mean?
We're done.
Ending the meeting.
Oh, okay.
If Lorelei stands up. If you guys smell something that smells like it's rotting, just be careful. She might be nearby. Walks out the door.
I'll kind of look to the group and if I smelled anything rotting anyways, I would be concerned, but I suppose it's good information.
You all gonna rescind in for your night now? After your long day of boar hunting?
Yup.
You're gonna go for a walk?
I have not explored this town at all. Doc has
That's fair.
always
Wow.
hit it and immediately,
Might be something you have to do next time to start.
probably.
What's everybody, just quick rundown, what's everybody doing?
I'll go.
Doc's walking.
I'm assuming me and Lotus are going to our room.
I kind of find Alina.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to be asking around for Alina and probably ask Dolus if he wants to come.
Okay.
I'll come with Lotus. Then.
Mara,
I'd be in my room.
Twink.
Yeah. Anything.
Twink, you're in the same room as Mara. The birds set off to find Alina. Doc, you start your walk. You're walking around town,
Yeah.
just getting a general feel,
Yeah. Gonna have
saying
ultra
hi to
doubt,
some
like,
folk.
Just take a fucking breather.
Yep. Walking around, enjoying it. Birds. The last you were aware of, Alina was still on the ship. And you fly down that way. Mara, Twink, you're relaxing. And as you're all relaxing and the sun has finally set, a fog rolls in over the town. And Doc, as you're walking through, you take like a weave through some of the buildings to get like just getting the lay of the land, you know?
Mhm.
You kind of start following the irrigation pipes to be like, oh, what's going on like here? And still in pseudo dragon form, like all the feathers on Aldrich just tense up,
What's up?
and he makes like a little noise. Pardon me. And as the fog sort of gets thicker around you, you smell something acrid. gross. Like swamp gas or something dying.
Something rotting.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I was getting napped.
Okay, that's a 13.
That is a fail.
Fuck.
I'll make one for the boy. He also failed.
Double fuck.
So you get this sick feeling in your gut and you buckle over, and just as you do that, a bunch of roots and vines shoot up and grab you. And as the fog gets thicker and thicker and you're pinned to the ground, and Aldrich gets yoinked off your shoulder by the vines and just is basically being just restrained down into the dirt. 2 feet like walk in front of your eyes. And you hear a voice just go, so, like Vala kneels down in front of you. Just, you talked to little Lorelei.
Vala,
And
I
that's where
assume.
we're gonna end our session.
Fuck! Man, I can't win today.
You walked out alone.
I did.
In the
That's
dark.
That's on me.
Copium.
Oh man,
That's rough, buddy.
that is rough. I was really hoping that we wouldn't both fail.
I rolled a 3 for Aldrich. He does not have great con.
No, I was about to roll a 4th character. Let's go.
Oh, he's fine. He'll be
Copium.
fine. He's not gonna.
No one's about to roll a new familiar.
No!
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This was a fun session. We got to see Twinktania again.
I punched Mar in the face
Amazing.
again.
Oh, God, yeah. So much happened. So many boar. We finally found out why the boar are back on Twinktania.
They're
tribbles,
gremlins.
basically. It was a good time. And now we finally get to see some Vala in action. So
I
we'll
haven't
see
met
you
her
all
yet.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the cool shit. Bye-bye.
Discord.
Oh, I know. So sorry.
wait.
The last word.
What?
Hey, we're partnered with Dice Goblin. That's pretty
Oh
fucking
yeah, that's
cool.
a thing now. That's an ad at the beginning. Buy dice. You can get money off with our code on Dice Goblin, and you can get yourself dice so that you too can play Dungeons and Dragons.
I've actually been using them. I wish they had rolled a little higher on that last one.
Goodbye.
Bye.